So, it is just after midnight. Sunday, the 15th of July, and you choke on the acrid smell of gunpowder mixed with blood. The docks have just fallen eerily silent, save for the distant lapping of water against the pilings. Crates are overturned, ropes lay tangled, and spent cartridges glint under the pale light of the moon. Bodies of the cultists lie scattered across the scene, slumped where they fell. You stand amidst the carnage with Abdullah, Nine-Fingered Abdullah, and his sailors, as well as Toprak and Rana. As you catch your breath, you start to, actually, make me a listen roll. Starting out, everyone make me a listen roll.
Well, listen roll.
Does that pass?
Yeah, for me.
Okay.
Yeah, because mine's 60.
Florence, you can hear muffled screams coming from somewhere on the steamer where the cultists had Barlas tied up initially. That's the only sound you hear other than the sound of waves. Just these kind of like muffled shouts. Sound like a man's voice.
You guys hear that?
Mm-hmm. I hear the waves and in the background.
Well, yeah, but like I hear the sounds of sounds like somebody screaming.
Well,
should we go check it out?
I thought we killed them all.
Yeah.
We must not have. So we have to decide.
Breakfast ready. It's gone out.
If it's more cultists, I'm gonna willingly kill them.
Well, I'm ready to go investigate
Well, I
if
wonder
everybody...
It might be somebody else they might have had captured.
Yeah, but still, just in case if they're hostile.
So you're gonna go check out the sounds.
And where exactly are they? Just off...
It's coming from the steamer.
Uh-oh.
From somewhere on board the steamer.
It could be somebody yelling for help. Because the cultists would have, gone off the boat.
Mm-hmm.
And come up to where we were in the fight. Okay. Are you ready? You think you want to go?
Yeah.
Okay. I got my Velo Dog revolver and my Sharps Derringer.
So yeah, you head up on the ship, and it doesn't take you long to locate the source of the noise. You see another person tied up with a bag over their head. Although this one, the bag seems stand a bit taller.
Because maybe it's covering a Blood Red Fez.
And yeah, he hears your footsteps, and he just keeps...
Who's there?
What do you do?
Okay. You want to take the bag off his head?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you take the bag off of his head, and you immediately recognize him as Vincent Romano, aka Chet's character.
Oh.
And upon his head is a Blood Red Fez.
I know.
And he's gagged right now. He's got something in his mouth, stuff in his mouth. So he sees you.
We're going to take that gag out of his mouth?
Yeah.
Yeah, you pull the gag out. Ah! Finally! What is he's Italian. Oh. I didn't practice his voice. Shoot.
Well, I'm asking.
Didn't practice his voice. I don't know. And Chet didn't do a voice, so... The name's Vincent Romano. Okay, I think I got it down. Well, it's about time somebody showed up. I thought I was a dead man.
Well, what the hell you doing wearing a red fez?
They got me on the train.
Oh, that's why we didn't see you.
Someone must have slipped something in my drink. that old-fashioned. Damn, I knew they'd be the death of me one day. Next thing I know, I wake up on some cursed island, tied to a chair. First thing I see is this hulking bastard standing over me. He looked like dressed like a eunuch, this big hulking black man, built like a fortress. Didn't say much at first. Just watched me like I was some puzzle he was trying to figure out. And then he started to ask me questions. Who was I? What was I doing on the train? What did I know about you? Played dumb, of course, but they weren't buying it. That big man didn't need words to make his point. He had fists and a knife. And you can see that Vincent is significantly more battered than the last time you saw him.
Okay.
His face is all bruised up and purple. It didn't break me, though. I think they figured out I wasn't worth the effort. Because they tied me up, gagged me, and dragged me back onto this damn steamer. Left me like some sort of cargo. Well, they made their way back to the docks, I guess. From the sounds of it. A few hours before the gunfire started, I felt something, like a hand clawing at my skull. Trying to get in.
Ooh.
I couldn't see them, I couldn't hear them, but I knew they were there. Whoever they were. And probably one of their damn Fez wearers. Trying to make me their puppet. That's what it felt like anyway.
Well, do you realize you still got the fez on?
Yeah, I do. I guess they weren't ready for me, though. It's been 16 years, holding on to one thing. Revenge. My brothers and my sister. I hadn't told you this yet. But that's what kept me going. That bastard, the Frenchman, after what he did. That hate, that fire, is stronger than any spell they could throw at me. When they tried to take control, I shoved back. Hard. Now I sound like a New Yorker for some reason. Where just going with it?
Oh my god, that's super.
I felt him slip. Felt that grip shatter like glass. And then nothing. I'm an Italian American. I guess I lived in New York for a time or something. I don't know. They weren't expecting that. So, I heard the other cultists muttering. They seemed panicked and confused. It was supposed to be their weapon, from the sound of it. Instead, I guess I was just a liability, and they decided to leave me tied up here, like some sack of grain. And then, the shooting started, and I figured it was you lot making a mess of things.
You're right.
I prayed to whatever bastard God was listening that you'd find me before they decided to toss me overboard. So tell me, did we win?
Yeah.
We won. We won big,
I
didn't
suppose we did if you're here.
we? We won big.
Get me out of these binds, will you?
Okay. You got your knife?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so you cut him loose, and he's going to join you for the rest of the trip.
With the fez on.
And he has a blood red fez on his head, but I'm trying to think what he knew, because he was there when you fought the shadow, but not when you found the book, so he doesn't even know about the spells at all. He doesn't even know of their existence.
And I see you've got those printed up right here.
Well, those have always been printed up, but I just put them there so
Okay.
you have access to them.
Okay.
Because
good.
you know them all, you and Glenn.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
I'm gonna give them to you.
you might want to refresh
That's what I'm
like
gonna
what
do.
you can actually do.
Yes.
But the thing is, so Vincent
So you
would have to spend 24 hours reading that book to learn any of the spells, you know. So even though he has this fez on, he can't really use it.
someone's gonna have to do it for him.
Just to let you know, yeah.
Mhm.
Well, yeah, he can't. He doesn't have the knowledge. From the Golden Horn, you hear the distant sound of rowboats cutting through the water. It grows louder as it echoes across the water, and it's accompanied by faint shouts of Ottoman navymen calling to one another, most likely drawn by all the gunfire. Lanterns bobbing on the water as they draw closer. And Abdullah speaks up, ever sharp and quick thinking.
We've done what we came for. And I'll be damned if I let some Navy fools haul us in for questions. Come now, quickly. Leave the dead where they lie. There's nothing left for us here.
He waves you towards the Kismet, where Brana and Barlis are already waiting, which you see Barlis for the first time. I've got his picture out there. I forgot to put it out last time.
This is him right here, isn't it? In the middle. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But, so the sailors spring into action. Hassan and Marat untie the mooring lines and begin prepping the boat for departure. Toprak helps steady Rana as she carries the exhausted Barlis, who clings to her with wide, fearful eyes. As you board, Hassan hefts a rifle onto his shoulder.
Navy men, eh? Always late to the party. We cleaned up nicely without them.
Marat, perched on the prow of the Kismet, smirks as he adjusts the tiller.
If they find us, it won't be so nice. You know how they get. They'll claim the glory and throw us in chains for the trouble.
And Abdullah chuckles.
It's a good thing we're better sailors than they are soldiers. Keep your voices low. And let's be off before they find their way to us.
So, the Kismet fires up and glides out from the dock just as the rowboats start to draw near. Shouts rise as the Navy men call to one another, clearly puzzled by the gruesome scene in front of them. But the Kismet moves with practiced stealth, its lights extinguished as its crew works in quiet efficiency. From his position at the tiller, Marat glances back at the docks and says,
They're too busy gawking at the mess to notice us slipping away. I'd say we owe them our thanks for being so easily distracted.
If they'd been faster, we might have had to add them to the pile. Good thing they're slower than molasses on a winter morning.
Abdullah steers the ship with a steady hand, satisfied grin on his face.
Keep your gratitude to yourself, Hassan. We've got enough enemies without adding the Navy to the list. Now, let's get our friends here somewhere safe before night brings more surprises.
The Kismet glides silently across the dark waters of the Golden Horn, the tension of the battle fading, giving way to a wary sense of relief. You sit on the railings and lean against them, catching your breath as the adrenaline fades. Rana cradles Barlis protectively, whispering reassurances to her younger brother. Abdullah casts a glance back over to you.
You lot fought well tonight. I don't know what kind of madness you're mixed up in, but it's clear you got guts for it. Let's hope the rest of this journey is a bit quieter, eh?
The sailors all laugh softly, and for a brief moment, tension lifts. Kismet sails on, leaving the chaos of the docks behind. And now you need to actually decide where we're going, because he does not yet have a heading.
So where to? Are we going to? I guess we better drop Barlis back to onshore. Don't want to bring him into any more danger.
I think that's probably a good idea before we go and get out there on that other little island where Niazra is. Yeah, good idea.
All right. So, yeah, he sails to a dockyard that's near to where Demir would live.
And then, are we going to go back and talk to the Frenchman about Niazra? Because, you know, that's the one that he was teaching, and then she just booked and left him.
I don't know that there's anything else he can tell us. Didn't he already?
Well, that's what I'm wondering too. Or if he would want to be part of bringing her down. Or do you think?
Think, Victor.
Or do you think us and the Navy men here can do it?
Sailors.
Sailors, that's
Salty
the
sea
word.
dogs.
That's the word. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, the Navy men are the ones that you just ran from.
Right.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm wondering. What?
Toprak speaks up. It sounded to me like the Frenchman is no ally to us. He is no ally of Nisra either, but I don't see why he would help us.
Okay. Good enough for me then.
So what is our next plan of action then?
Well, we've got Barlas.
Someone needs to take Ballas back home.
Yes.
Can't go by himself.
Yeah.
We still have Nisra on the island.
I think we need to go get...
And we need to destroy these fezzes.
Yes, we've got to get the Fezes destroyed, and we have to get Nezra done with.
So now we have 5 Fezes.
So, do we want to go ahead? We need to get that Fez off his head before we start doing any other kind of battles, don't you think?
Yeah.
Getting him well with...
I agree! I concur!
Yeah.
I don't want this thing on my head anymore!
Right. Well, we don't want it on your head either, Vincent.
Because, well, somebody can take advantage of it.
Well, they
if
already
know the
tried
spells.
and failed once.
Yeah, but you might not be so lucky second
And,
time around.
well, he's talking about this. Somebody tried to control him. And you both know, you and Glenn both know, from your studies of the Blood Red Fez, or of the Whispering Fez, rather, that he should now be the controller. And should have control over Nisra, technically. So that you know that you have 24 hours before Nisra can try again to take control of Vincent. Well, and so another thing that you should consider is how he even has a Fez on his head, you know.
well, and
That implies that they had a Fez, you know.
on the steamer, or on the train. Did he get the?
Because remember, he got kidnapped on the train.
On
So
the
somebody
train,
on the
yeah.
train kidnapped him and took him off the train without you guys even knowing.
Yeah.
Which means there was a cultist that you missed on the train. So potentially, you missed one of the Fezes as well. And if they have one Fez, they can make more. And the only way that you can use the Control Fez spell on someone else is if you're wearing a Fez. So that means whoever was using the Fez on, was using that spell on Vincent
They
is
had
also
one.
wearing a
Yeah,
Fez.
they had one.
So through all that, you should be able to deduce
Who it was
that somebody in Nisra's group still has a Blood Red Fez and brought it to her, along with Vincent, and they tried to put it on his head, take control of him, to use him as a weapon against you at the kidnapping, but that didn't go well for them.
Well,
So they had to abandon that plan last minute.
would it be a stretch to say that probably who's wearing the Fez now is Nezra?
She's the one who wants it.
Yeah, I would say she has that Fez and she has it on her head. And if Vincent has maybe 24 hours, say he has 12, then we have time enough to go out there on the island. And
So he has probably 20 hours left.
yeah,
Because he was telling you it was like it happened shortly before you arrived.
right,
So-
right.
And they brought him there a few hours before the gunfire started.
So we can have Vincent do a roll when we get out there.
Vincent can't use the Fez.
Okay.
He's only a victim. Because he doesn't have any of the knowledge to use the spells. You can arrest his decline every 24 hours.
Yeah.
Keep him from
Dying.
going into stage
Yeah,
2
yeah.
and 3 and 4.
Right, right. So one of us is going to have to put a Fez on.
Well, one of you two.
You are the only two who know how to use it.
I'm out.
Well, what do you think, Glenn?
I don't know.
There was a warning about that in the Whispering Fez. about using that spell.
Well, which one of us two has the greater willpower?
Yeah, that's a good question. What's
Under-
yours?
What's it under?
Your power. POW at the top.
Okay.
65 for
65.
I
Glenn.
now have 45.
Okay.
Did you not see? I lost 5. I was 50. Now I'm down to 45.
You lost 5 when you cast a Rest Fez decline on Matthew.
Okay.
Or on Scott Myers.
Scott Myers
in the
right.
train.
Yeah. You want to give it a go?
The other thing you could do, you could also get more power from Vincent. Because I'm pretty sure it says that the Drain Fez spell, does it say... Well, either way, you could drain Vincent for more power to buff someone if you really felt like that was a necessary thing. If Vincent's willing. The only other option is Vincent could read the book, but that would take a day. You'd have to wait a whole day before going to the island. You couldn't go immediately.
I feel like that's what we should do because I don't want.
You're not
I
too
don't
keen
wanna-
on wearing the fez, right? Yeah,
No.
I understand that.
Well, in the meantime, before he gets off the boat, Barlis, he comes up to you three. He said, "Thank you, all of you. I thought I wasn't ever going to see my family again. You saved me." And Rana, her arms around Barlis protectively, she smiles at him and turns to you. "He's right. You've risked everything to bring him back to us. I don't even want to imagine what could have happened if you hadn't been there. We owe you more than we can ever repay." Toprak speaks up. "I don't say this lightly, but you've earned our trust. It's not just Barlis you saved tonight. You gave our family a chance to stay whole. That means more than words can express." Barlis looks back and forth between you, his small hand gripping Rana's sleeve tightly. I was so scared. But I knew you'd save me. I knew you'd come, Rana." And Rana, she said, "You're braver than you think, little brother. But you know, we couldn't have done this without them." Toprak speaks up. "We should get some rest. You've done enough for one night.
And I need to get my health back. I only have 5 things.
Just know that you couldn't have done this without them. Just know that if you ever need us, we'll be there." "You're my heroes. I'll never forget what you did for me. Never!" But, so, Grandma, let me see your character sheet real quick. 'Cause I need to check something.
We could take
You have a
Barlis-
major wound from this last battle, so when you jumped on top of Barlis, you got hit by a sword while you were face down
Okay,
in your back, you know,
okay.
which put you in a critical state. So you've got a pretty nasty gash across your back right now.
Yeah.
Makes it hard for you to kind of move around. It hurts you,
Well,
bothers
maybe-
you.
What about if we all go and take Barlis back and then meet with the family, let Vincent give himself that time he needs in order to be able to deal with the fez?
Well, you'll feel free to stay with us as long as you need.
Okay.
After what you've done, you're family now.
Well, let's coordinate. We'll get back and then we'll tell Nine Fingers our plan for going back to the island to get, once we've got,
So say that again.
Okay.
You're going to.
we're going to take Barlis back to his house and we're going to let Vincent have time
To read.
to read the book, and
Okay,
then
well,
we're
sorry,
going
the
to
book.
do a plan with the salty dogs on how they're going to get us back
Hold on,
out.
hold on. There's one more thing I need to check here.
Okay, to Nazra.
Oh, no, never mind. Go ahead.
Okay.
I was going to think maybe Marco Ricci speaks up, because he's with you as well, still, even though Kyle's not here.
Okay.
The other Italian man.
Okay.
And he thought maybe he should put a fez on, but looking at his willpower, maybe that's not the best idea.
Okay.
Maybe someone else should do that.
Okay. So,
But he does offer himself. He says, if it comes down to it, I too would put on the fez and make the sacrifice play if it came down to it. But yeah, so you
okay.
go down back to Demir's home.
Mayor's home. Yeah, all of us.
So you return to his home in Galata. So you enter back into Professor Demir's lovely home in Galata. He's sitting in his chair. His face is pale, but filled with relief as he looks at each of his children. And, thank heavens you're all safe! I couldn't bear to lose any of you. I don't know what I would have done if things had gone differently tonight. And Rana, sitting close to Barlis, her arms still around him, offers her father a faint smile. You raised us to be strong, Baba. We couldn't just sit back while Barlis was in danger. With these incredible people at our side, we knew we had a chance. Toprak, sitting opposite his father, nods firmly. Still has his rifle. It wasn't just strength, Baba. It was teamwork. These friends of ours, they're the reason we made it out. We owe them everything for what they've done tonight. I was so scared, Baba. But Rana and Toprak didn't give up on me, and neither did they. They fought so hard, I never thought I'd see you again. You're home now, my boy. That's all that matters. And you're right. These people saved our family. Tonight, we saw courage and kindness that I will never forget. You've not only saved my son, but my entire family. I owe you a debt I can never repay. Whatever challenges you face next, know that you will always have allies here in Constantinople.
Will we want to impose on the continued help of the captain here and his crew?
The captain's not with you. The captain's on his boat with the sailors.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right. Well, okay.
You decided to go to the house first.
First, okay. But, okay, so what we're asking is continued help from the man who owed you a debt to be able to come with us and go back to the island and finish this.
And the captain knows that we're not done. He is
Okay.
waiting for you.
Okay,
Because he knows you're going to go back to Nisser's Island. He knows that. So.
Okay, I was just trying to get that in there.
But yeah, Professor Demir rests a hand on each of his children's shoulders, so silently thanking them for their bravery, while Barlis clings to Rana. And the atmosphere is heavy with emotion and tension. The windows shuttered tightly, and the air is heavy with the weight of impending danger now. Professor Demir tells his family to get their things and to leave.
And they're
So
gonna go.
they go and they gather up a whole bunch of stuff, and they're all standing by the door now, suitcases in hand. Their faces etched with concern and heartbreak, and Demir leans heavily on his cane, but stands resolute.
Is that mine? Yeah. I did that. Alright.
Selene, Rana, Toprak, and you, my little Barlis, you must leave tonight. There is no choice. The children of the Blood Red Fez will not stop. I have seen the lengths to which they will go. If you stay, you will be in grave danger. I cannot allow that. Selene steps forward, her face a mix of defiance and sorrow. She places a hand on his arm. He cups her face gently, his voice lowering as he tries to steady her resolve. My love, you know there isn't. As long as I am here, I will draw their attention. They will come for me. And for the Fez. You and the children must go where it is safe. There is no time to argue. Rana's voice cuts through. Baba, I can fight. We can fight. Don't send us away. We can stay and protect you. He just shakes his head. No, Rana. You have already risked your life far too much. I will not have you or Toprak paying the price for my failures. You must protect your mother and Barlis. That is your fight now. Toprak's fists clench at his sides, his voice tight with frustration. And what about you, Baba? How are you going to fight them in your condition? You can barely walk, let alone defend yourself. He straightens slightly, pain flickering across his face, but his resolve is unshaken. I have them. They will help me see this through. My fight is here, and if I fall, then so be it. But I will not let this house become a battlefield with you in it. Barlas clings to Rana's side, his small voice trembling as he looks up at his father. Baba! Will we ever come back? Will you be okay? He kneels slowly, ignoring the pain, and places both hands on Barlas' shoulders. You must be brave, my boy. Brave for your mother, for Rana, and for Toprak. I will do everything I can to see you again. And when this is over, I will find you. I promise. Tears glisten in Barlas' eyes as he throws his arms around his father, holding on tightly. Demir closes his, and his hand gently strokes Barlas' hair. Selene pulls the boy back gently, her own tears falling silently. She leads the children towards the door. Go now. May Allah watch over you. And remember, no matter where you are, I will always love you. Selene looks back one last time, her face a mixture of heartbreak and determination. She nods to him, understanding the gravity of his decision, and guides the children out the door. The sound of the carriage pulling away fades into the distance, leaving the house unnervingly quiet. Demir turns to you, his shoulders slumping slightly as the weight of his decision settles on him. His voice quieter now, but there is still an unshakable determination in his tone. I thank you for what you've done, and now I must ask more of you. Nisra will not stop. As long as we have the Blood Red Fez and the Whispering Fez, she will hunt us. We cannot run from this. Tell me, do you have a plan? Because if not, we must make one, and quickly. There is no time to hesitate. The fate of more than just my family may depend on it. He steadies himself with his cane, his gaze hardening as he meets each of your eyes. We have struck a blow tonight. But the children of the Blood Red Fez are not yet finished. The question now is simple. What will we do to ensure they never rise again?
We have to assume that they may come tonight. Because we've just left the dock, we've left them dead, and she's gonna know this has happened. I bet she sends out, or her and somebody else comes to the house tonight. So we, more than just letting Vincent read the book to get rid of the fez off his head, we've got to be there to combat whatever's going to happen there, unless we just all turn tail and go run someplace else. But the father is not in the best of strength from his wounds to be able to travel.
So I feel like that we should stay here for now until, well, his wounds are better.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's where we would go.
So we've got to make a decision of what.
And then Demir's taken aback as Vincent walks in with this Blood Red Fez on. Oh! This man has a Blood Red Fez! And then Vincent explains himself that he was kidnapped and that he was with you on the train. Wow, what a tale!
What a tale indeed.
Well, you better get to reading that book.
Yeah.
Otherwise, this fez is of no use to you.
Yeah.
And Vincent sits in a corner and begins to start, reading over this book.
Vincent? I thought his name was Liam Calhoun.
Liam is Jesus Christ, Jeff's character.
Oh, I have Chet written down by that name for some reason. Okay, that's Jeff's character.
Yeah, it's Liam Callahan.
Vincent is Chet's character.
Vincent Romano. So,
I'm still waiting for Jeff.
yeah, I don't know why he doesn't ever come.
Yeah.
He said he would, and then he didn't. So, I don't know.
Maybe
You'll have to
sick.
guilt trip him next time you see him.
Yeah. We miss you.
He's not sick. We saw him yesterday.
I know.
Okay. So we've got Vincent reading the book. The Demir's family is off to a safe place. I'd say we get something to eat.
I'm going to go ahead and say that you
Did
can...
Toprak and Rana go with?
Yes.
Okay, so all of the Demirs are gone except for the professor.
Correct.
Okay.
And you can go ahead and do another medical check on Luis. I'll say.
That was the first hit I took. Okay.
Right. You hadn't updated it since. Yeah, you're back
I
up to
hadn't
9.
updated it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so you'll give you these back as well.
Oh, I just feel better. Feel better with more
And then
red.
in the box where it says major wound,
Yes.
you need to erase that. So, what is the plan for tonight?
Well, we need to make a defense battle plan. Because I'm just assuming that they're coming after all of
Probably.
us.
Since, you know.
Yes, we need to get some food. And check Demir's wounds.
Marco says, I will give my shotgun to Professor Demir. Mamma mia! I will give my shotgun to Professor Demir! He needs more than me. I use the sword anyway. There's an Italian.
There you go. Oh my gosh.
And the fact I am part Italian. Or part Sicilian Italian.
You say you're hungry? I cook up my mama's famous spaghetti.
Sounds good.
He goes in the kitchen and he starts cooking.
Double meatballs.
Glenn, you say you like to cook? You want to come learn?
Yeah.
Alright, you're gonna go use your cooking skill. Roll
Alright.
cooking for me.
Oh,
See how
hey.
effective you are.
Look at
These
this.
two, I'm pretty sure.
No, wait. No,
I think it's this one there.
Wait, this
No.
That one?
no.
Oh. No.
Every other one. No, you got the one on the right. The left hand is good.
But not that one. We need.
There you
This
go.
one.
3-0-0. Well,
This
I got a
is
0
like
and a 3.
some of the best spaghetti you've ever had.
Oh,
It's
man.
really good spaghetti. And in fact, you all get 4 sanity points back for eating this amazing spaghetti dinner.
Whoa. I got 42 now.
I got 57 now.
Well, I was only missing 3,
Back to full.
so I'm back to 40. Yeah.
Okay.
Not a good starting spot. 40. Yeah, so you eat this amazing spaghetti dinner. And yeah, so now you can come up with your actual plan. I finally got to use your cooking skill.
Well, probably we need to take turns kind of doing a
Watching?
watch.
Yeah.
Doing a watch.
Mhm.
We need to find us a place since we've eaten where we can all kind of gather at. I don't know if we want to be spread out because you never know how they're going to try to come in. Windows, doors, set the place on fire. What do you think?
Is this a fairly large estate that we're on?
That's what I'm thinking.
I'm trying to think where I put the picture. Yeah, it's a pretty big building. I mean, it's 2 stories. There's, enough bedrooms for all his children and you 3.
Okay.
I have a feeling, like, whenever there's a big house like this, just reinforce every single thing.
We've only got just a few hours. Yeah. We want to make sure we have our weapons and ammunition with us at all times.
So you're preparing for an attack.
I just think that's what's going to happen. She's going to be pissed.
So, do any of you sleep tonight?
No, I won't.
We could break it up so no one person has to stay up all night. Right?
Like do 4-hour shifts.
That's what I'm thinking.
So it's probably like 3 a.m.
It's already 3?
Yeah, because it was midnight when you attacked the cult at the dock.
Oh gosh, that's right.
And you sailed all the way back to Demir's house.
Well,
And after he sends his family away, yeah, it's probably like 3, 4 a.m.
well then I think we've got to expect them to attack by cover of darkness so close to dawn while it's still... That's just in a little bit. Because this is July, so it's going to be light early.
You were not prepared for this, weren't you?
I am. I want you, all 3 of you, to give me spot hidden. But yeah, okay, so you pass, and who else passed?
I passed.
You all
We all
passed? Okay, well, all 3 of you at Demir's home, since you're all basically waiting for an ambush, you immediately spot as a group of Fez men start approaching the house.
Oh my
and they
God.
immediately
Okay.
split off into 2 groups. One goes to the left, one goes to the right. But you see them in front of the house now, and they're starting to circle the house.
I knew it.
Do. We already know what to do.
One of them lights a Molotov
torch.
cocktail and chucks it right at the window
Yeah.
that Glenn's standing in front of. And let's see how he does, actually. Let me roll this. Yeah, he throws it, but it falls short, and it splashes in front of the window.
Oh, that's
And the
good.
flames lick up in front of the house. But you see that there's 5 of them in total.
I was going to ask how
Immediately.
many. So that's 5 more.
And we are now in
Yes.
combat. We've begun combat.
Okay.
Well, we just can't seem to even take a night off. Well, we got some good spaghetti and meatballs in our guts.
Yeah.
So we've got strength. We're maybe tired, but we've got some strength. Have any of us slept for days? I think this is the
I think
second or third
eventually,
night we
yeah.
haven't slept.
Yeah.
So we're going to go to the second floor, right, to get a better optimal, like we...
Well, anyway, that has a.
I feel like that some of us should be on the lower floor, and some of us should be on the higher
Okay,
floor.
that's a good idea.
So that we
Very good
have
idea.
defense points from all floors.
Hey, listen, that's what that game plan does. You guys know about defense.
I'm using my tactics from Rainbow Six Siege.
I love it. I love it.
I'm trying to think.
So you can pretty much be wherever. I'm not going to be too worried about it. But since you all see them, you're all probably near windows, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And they're
you
coming
could be
from
on
the front
You can
of
be
the
on the
house.
bottom or the top, whatever you want. I don't really matter that much.
And we've contacted Vincent. He knows that they're here.
Well, I'm actually going to see if he notices them. Because
Okay.
he's busy. He's really focused on reading this book
Reading
right
the book, right. Okay.
now. So, he does. He's ready for them. He
Okay.
sees them approaching.
This would have been so sick if everybody was here.
Wouldn't it, though? Oh, my gosh. We'd blaze them suckers out before they would know what's going on.
So, the
See?
first person who gets to act is actually Marco.
Okay.
So, Marco is going to go position himself in an advantageous position. Next is Victor.
You've got
You already know what I'm gonna do.
good guns with long range.
Well, you gotta think about it, Victor. You've got a lot of different options now.
Well, yeah, but I feel like I already know.
How many more guns do you have than that one?
1, 2, 2.
You have 2. Okay. See, now my Derringer and revolver are only good up close. I can't do long distance.
Well, I have some long distance and
Okay.
Close.
See this Derringer? 3 yards. That's only 9 feet. The revolver.
Okay, that's not relevant right now. Let's
Okay.
get Victor's turn done.
Okay.
yeah. I'm gonna use my Miser model,
Your
and I'm
Mauser.
gonna shoot the one that threw a Molotov cocktail at me,
All
or well,
right.
attempted to.
Yes.
It was a failed
So
attempt.
roll your firearms.
So I got 3 plus 1 equals 4, but then
But
4
then you
plus
add
3, 7.
Yeah.
All right. So you level your rifle, and you fire through the glass of the window,
Got to, yep.
and the bullet hits its mark and strikes the cultist dead center. And how much damage did you say?
7.
7. And then next up is Vincent. So Vincent, he's up in the room, he's reading his book. And he's not got any guns, so he's gonna actually come downstairs. That's his move. And then next is Florence.
You've got a good gun.
Oh, yeah.
She's got a pistol.
Yeah.
The Mazda C96 Automatica, right?
And
Automatic.
It's a,
Automatic, yeah.
it is an automatic.
And at this point,
but-
Demir, what in blazes is going on? He doesn't have any idea. He didn't see these cultists, so he just hears gunfire all of a sudden. And
It's an attack!
Professor, heads down.
okay, I'm staying with the shotgun.
Okay. Am I able to do a medicine roll for Professor Demir?
He is at full hit points.
Oh, he's fine.
He
okay.
just can't move because of his injury.
Okay. So then, in that case, I guess I'm gonna take a shot.
You can also fire multiple shots, but you'll roll with disadvantage for each shot if you rapid fire. So you would shoot 3 times. You'd roll the dice 3 times. Well, 6 times, actually.
Yeah.
And take the lowest with each shot. Or you could just fire 1 bullet with regular skill.
What skill is that? Oh,
Your-
it's right here. Okay, yeah. My skill sucks, so I
You're
don't
a
think
nurse.
rapid shot is gonna help me.
Well,
Just see if I get lucky.
3 times more chance to hit it. But disadvantage kind of balances that out.
Yeah. Okay. 11.
Alright,
So
so now roll damage.
damage is a 1d8.
1d8.
And which one are you firing at?
Oh, this guy right here. That's closest to me.
Alright.
7.
7 damage. So yeah, he gets shot, and he kind of stumbles, and gets a little bit freaked out by that. So he runs and hides up alongside, kind of like in this corner here.
That's a good
Scaredy
hidey-
cat.
hidey-
For
yeah.
his turn.
Hidey hole.
Because he can't really get to you. He didn't bring a gun.
Uh,
I don't think they were expecting this much firepower. They were just kind of blurring his house down. They were getting shot at. So, next up, another cultist is going to go. He's going to run up around the other side and kind of tuck into this
I knew
corner.
I should have been there. Okay, can I?
Not your turn yet.
Yeah.
And then the third cultist lights another Molotov and is going to now throw it into the window where Florence is. He's going to try and hit into the storage room is what he's going to try to do, because that's the closest window. And so he's going to make a throw.
Imagine he hits.
And it hits the window, but it doesn't break. The glass bottle splashes against the side of the house. And the house is made of brick.
So we don't have to worry about
The
it.
flames don't make it into the house yet.
That's good. That's good.
So you got lucky there.
Surprisingly.
And now another cultist is going to make his move. He's going to move up towards the front door. The door's still closed at this point. And he kind of presses up against it so you can't really see him through the window very well. And then next up is Professor Demir. And he can't really do much, can he?
No, he can't. He can be of help if somebody comes through this window.
Right, if someone tries to come in the back door as well.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Demir, he's just going to sit where he's at. And then finally, the cultist that first threw the Molotov. No.
No, it would be that one, I think.
Yeah. He's shooting at Glenn.
Oh, okay.
He's going to... Because you shot him, yeah. So he's also going to run up and tuck in. Well, actually, I think he's going to run up and press himself up against the wall right there in the middle.
It doesn't mean that I can't break through, though.
Well, you won't be able to see exactly where he's at. Concealment isn't as good as cover, but better than nothing.
Yeah. True.
The next is Luis, finally.
Okay, I'm going to use my my revolver, because it will go 15 yards. So I'm going to shoot somebody that's just in a window, crawling through a window.
Well, so for now, you can't see any of them.
Yeah.
They're all pressing up against the house. And you would have to open the window to lean out.
That's what I was thinking about doing. But then this guy could ambush me. If I'm trying to get this one, I could get ambushed. And if I if I did it the other way, this guy could ambush me.
You know you got me.
Can I? Do I have to remain here? Or
No, you can move.
Well,
You can reposition yourself.
I thought from the very first I should have been at this window right there. Okay. We've got this guy in the hallway.
That's Marco, yeah.
But if this guy would try to come through and see him, he might be blindsided and not see me, and I could just do BAM when he goes through the door. So I don't know. I'm conflicted here where I should be. Maybe I should stay where I'm at. I'll stay where I'm at.
Okay.
Okay.
So there's nothing.
So you tuck in. Next, Marco is gonna... What is Marco? Well, at this point, I think, Marco is going to pull out his sword, because he hasn't done that yet. And he's just going to position himself. He's going to get a little bit closer, actually.
So.
Well, no, actually,
Right.
Yeah.
he's going to back up to about here. So that this is the doorway into the dining room, so that this guy's going to walk past
And I'm
towards
gonna,
him.
And
that'll
I'm going
give
to...
you your opportunity.
I will be able, even though it would not be my turn, I would be able to...
No, when it is your turn.
Oh,
You
okay.
have to wait till your turn.
I have to wait
now
till my turn.
to do something.
See, I just have a hard time taking turns.
Apparently.
I just want to
Especially
blow.
during this.
I want to blow people up.
I
just-
shoot him and then I do a backflip and I shoot this guy. I have my scroll of kill all cultists.
That is right. Oh my gosh, that is right.
Oh, grandma. Alright, Glenn. Your turn. You got your rifle out right now.
Yeah.
So if you want to switch to a different gun, it's going to take your whole turn.
Let me think.
And you fired one of your 6 shots.
If I
Before
open
you have to
a
reload.
window, would that take a whole entire turn?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
That's an excellent question.
So that would
So
be-
just to give you a kind of an idea, a combat round is like 3 seconds. So every single character takes their turn within 3 seconds, and it all happens all at once. So at the end of combat, usually like barely a minute has passed. At the end of these, even though we spent an hour in combat, in real life, in the time of the game, it's only been like a minute. So yeah, it would take you a whole turn to open a window.
What if I run through a window?
You could jump through a window, but
Well, you already broke the window you shot through.
yeah, it's broken
Yeah.
already. So what you could do is you could just kind of bash out the glass with the butt of your rifle and lean over and shoot. I'd say you could do that.
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
gonna do that towards him.
All right, and that's the one that you
I
shot
could
again.
see him run.
You're gonna try to finish them
Finish
off.
this guy off.
Yes.
Come on, roll.
Okay. Good.
No, you're firing your rifle.
You got.
So you
yeah,
use
this
these.
is-
Why am I thinking
I'm just
of
gonna
my
take
damage?
all these away.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
this little
you-
bag.
Yeah. One,
I'll give them to you when you need them.
1d8. 1d8 and a 1d6.
No, you're rolling to attack.
Oh,
Just roll the dice. What's it say?
30.
That's it.
Wait,
Yeah, you
Wait, is
hit.
that a 37? Oh, 34.
Oh,
Now.
is that a 4? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
Mommy's eyes
34.
don't work very good anymore, so I have to have these glasses in my hand.
Here, I have
Oh
a
my
better
God.
idea. I have a better idea. I'm gonna give
Just
you.
sort them into different categories.
Here, these are your damage dice, which are a different color.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, heck
Very
yeah.
smart.
Very good idea.
Okay, and
so
then
you made
time
it.
for damage.
Yes. Now you roll damage.
7,
Plus
but then plus 3. 10 damage.
Yeah. So you shoot this guy. You lean out the window after breaking the glass, and the guy looks you in the eyes, and his eyes go wide, and he's like terrified. He knows this is it. I messed up. And you blow him away.
That's a gun.
And he just slumps against the house, and he's dead now. Blood pooling
vicious.
beneath his feet. Next up is Vincent. He's going to continue his way down the stairs.
Oh, yeah.
And he's going to kind of get up behind Marco, back him up. They're going to form the Italian wall. And then you're up, Florence.
This is good music for this battle. I like it.
I mean,
This
I
is
guess
really
my
intense.
window's broken too, right? Can I just?
Well,
go?
you shot through it, so yeah, you could do the same thing.
Oh.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't have as much of a chance to hit, but I'll try.
Since, well, you know.
I have to, but it's a little trickier for you. I mean, the pistol
That's not the
kind
one I
of
want.
push the glass out.
Yes, it is. Oh, 40. So fail.
Yeah, you fire and miss. The bullets go into the dirt.
That scared them.
They know you're there. They'll be a little bit more careful coming up to the window.
Yeah.
So far, glass is the only thing Demir has to repair in his house. We hope.
Alright, yeah, you gotta put some new windows in.
New windows.
Yeah, and hopefully just that. As
Alright.
well.
Next, the one that's tucked in near Florence. He's gonna make his move now.
That one over there.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he's gonna come in side, and he's gonna. So yeah, he comes in
So
through this
what
door
has
here.
broken in?
This is like a covered porch, and
Yeah.
So
this is
what-
actually like a screened-in area.
Yeah, yeah.
So one has partially broken. He just has to go through the.
He's got to go through the mudroom now.
Yeah.
So, oh shit! I keep forgetting you. Everyone can dodge.
Oh yeah. Also, I have my dog.
Yeah. Well,
Remember that.
so good. Thank you for reminding me. You left your dog. I was gonna say you left your dog at Demir's house. That's why. So your dog wasn't even with you during.
Oh, so
Everything
it's been
else.
there getting fed and watered.
So,
Good.
yeah, we'll say that your dog
And my dog's used to.
is probably in the mudroom,
So
I
I don't know
bet.
if he's used to anything or not.
and he's freaking out right
dog.
now with all the gunshots.
I bet
He's really
he's-
freaking out.
Is he shaking and quiet, or is he barking?
barking.
He's barking. Okay, we know that. He's
So now
barking.
they know that there's a dog in the house.
Oh, that yeah, and that's a deterrent for sure. People don't want to get grizzlied by a dog.
Yeah.
So
Especially if they don't know anything about the dog.
That's right.
So yeah, that cultist tucks in, and then the other cultist on the other side.
This one here.
Yeah. He breaks the window,
See, I knew that was gonna happen.
and he clambers through. And he actually is going to take some damage as he does that.
Because
You're gonna get cut real
glass
bad.
shard.
There's still some glass in there, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We'll hope he got a really deep cut.
Yeah. And if you did well,
Then, the one that threw the Molotov, he's actually going to come into the covered porch.
so they're starting to break in now.
Oh man.
But
And then finally, the one is going to try and, well, I'd say since you were prepared, the door is locked. He's going to try and break it down.
The front door?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he does. He barges through the door, and it gives way. He's now in the entryway.
And I'm at the
You're still tucked in the corner.
still tucked in the corner. It's not my turn yet.
Remember.
You gotta watch me. I cheat. I cheat and I don't even try to cheat. I just want it to always be my turn.
So Alexander, his turn comes and goes. And
Who's Alexander?
Professor Demir. His first name is Alexander. Sorry.
Okay.
I've never mentioned that to any of you.
Me and
Yeah.
Susie are looking like what'd we miss?
What time to bring this up? But my name is Alexander, by the way.
Nice to meet you, Alexander. Let's get on with it.
So yeah. He gets ready. He's actually gonna take a shot through the wall. He hears the dog barking in the mudroom, and he's just like,
Okay.
I'm gonna just try to shoot through the wall. So he's gonna. Oh, but he doesn't have any firearm skills, so it's probably not gonna.
Well, it's a shotgun, remember? So
Yeah, so he shoots and hits the wall, and you don't really hear anything else. But he takes a shot into the wall. And then, Luis, you finally can do your thing.
Does it hit or does it miss?
Okay, I'm gonna get in the doorway right here.
Come around the corner.
I come around the corner. I'm at
Milo
the.
dog, ready.
I've got my yes. It's ready.
So roll.
Okay. These two. Oh, 76.
Yeah, you take a shot, and it goes over his shoulder into the wall behind him. Plaster just flies out.
That is 76, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, it's 76. Okay. Dang.
And then Bob's turn. He just kind of freaks out. He starts barking. He's mad. All this noise. The shotgun is really pissing him off. He's really freaking out now. And then next is Kyle again. So you took your shot. Failed. Kyle pulls out his rapier. Oh, he's already got it out. And he takes a step forward and stabs at the cultist in front of him. He does 3 damage. So yeah, he goes and he stabs this guy a little bit with his rapier. But he doesn't hit him in a critical spot or get him very deep. And then you're up again, Victor.
I gotta say,
You still have your rifle.
Yeah, I know. I attempt to peek through the.
You can't see that guy. Well, you'd have to move.
Well, I heard glass break, so.
Yeah, at this
There's a
point.
door right there.
Oh, there is a door.
Yeah, I guess you can see him from where you're standing.
And you're on point because you heard the glass. Yeah. Okay, so
yeah,
you've
you
been.
turn and you fire at the cultist who broke in the window.
Damage roll.
That's,
Wait, is this?
that's what you need to roll.
Which one?
Yeah, roll that.
Okay, yeah.
Come on, do it.
56. And then
What?
80. Wait, and then firearms, rifle / shotgun is 80.
Yeah. So you hit him.
And then these two. Wait, yeah, these two.
Mm-hmm.
3 and then 6.
So 6 damage.
6 damage.
Yeah, you hit this guy. Shoot him. He hits him in the shoulder. He goes down. And he falls. He kind of falls to one knee and gets back up. And he's looking a little wary. He's looking a little unsure of himself at this point. He's like, maybe this wasn't a good plan. And a little humiliated as well, getting his ass kicked by this 12-year-old kid. And then Vincent, he's up, so he kind of slips past Marco.
Yeah.
And he's gonna go try and club this guy. He's got his, at this point, he's got his brass knuckles on.
Ooh.
So he's gonna try
That's
and
gonna
wallop
be
this guy.
gnarly.
I've been hit with
So
those
he's
before.
brawl. He just, 7 damage as he just basically punches the jaw off of this guy.
Oh!
And his jaw comes unhinged and his teeth fly out.
Oh, he's looking bad. Really bad.
Jeez!
He don't be going on any
But
dates
he still manages to stay on his feet.
soon. Uh-oh. Tough suckers, aren't they?
We literally broke it. Well, he literally broke his jaw.
Alright, Florence.
Unhinged it.
Yeah.
It's flopping in the wind.
Is that a door right there? Or is that...
That's a door.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's a door?
Yes.
Or that's the chimney.
That's the chimney. Okay. I'm just trying to think if these guys keep coming, how they're going to get in
They'll
here.
get
They're
into the
gonna
mud room where the
here.
dog is. Yeah.
Okay.
I wonder
So
what
I
my
may
dog would
just-
do.
Can I just reposition myself?
Mhm.
I'm just going to reposition myself kind of to the other side of the room so that they come through that door.
You'll get him.
I'll have a closer shot.
Yes.
So that will be, well,
And a back
easier.
up to the mirror.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Right. Well, one of the cultists that have snuck into the covered porch makes the poor decision of opening the door to the mud room
Uh-oh.
and comes face to face with your dog, Bob.
Bob the Builder. He's a builder.
And he's actually going to attack Bob.
What did you just say?
He's going to attack the dog. The dog tries. So basically, this guy has his sword out already. So he opens the door,
Oh.
sees this dog, and immediately goes to slash at the dog. You hear a come from the mudroom.
Oh, that's not a good sound.
And, let's see here.
Will my dog do anything? Well, I better know my dog's gonna do something at least, because, well,
Yeah, so your dog gets attacked, but you don't know the outcome because you can't see.
yeah. Like I said, I'm probably gonna run into there. Like, as soon as my turn, run into there. Or at least get as close as I can.
Yeah.
So yeah, you hear that whimper, and then a
Oh!
and then a man scream, and
Got him.
as the dog attacks back.
Good boy.
Yeah. Good boy for sure.
Another cultist.
so this guy's in here now.
Yes.
That's right.
So the cultist that's next to Victor, he pulls out his sword as well, and he's gonna go and attack you. He swings at you, and you have an opportunity to either dodge or attack back.
I'm gonna aim for the head.
But if you attack back, you will not avoid the damage.
I know.
All right. If you aim for the head, you take a penalty dice as well.
The
Just
penalty.
FYI. Unless you just shoot him. But aiming for the head requires extra skill. So you'll have to roll twice, and you'll take the lower.
For, these.
No.
Oh, for these?
Yes.
6!
Roll
And
again.
then 58.
So you take the 58,
So
since you're aiming at his head.
yeah.
And you still hit.
And then time for damage.
Yep.
8 plus 4. 12, and then plus 3.
Alright, so yeah, this guy
15!
charges at you. And he goes to attack you. And as he does, you fire your rifle and you shoot him in the head. And his brains splatter up everywhere. But as he falls, he was already mid-swing and his arm continues its momentum and it cuts you a little bit. And you take 1 damage.
Just 1 damage. That's good.
And a little
Yeah.
comes with me.
Yes, yes.
And then the other one, at this point, actually, after seeing his friend get absolutely eviscerated by your dog, because he's dead,
He's gonna
And
run
he's
this
dead.
in. Oh!
so now it's just him and him. After that, he's like, no. starts running away. But he's not out yet. You can still see him. He's like kind of off to the side over here somewhere. He's running this direction.
He's
He
I
says,
kinda
I've had
expected
enough.
a chicken. But we want his Fez, don't we?
Yeah, so
We don't want him to escape. We want the red Fez he's wearing.
yeah.
Or we're going. How many? Man,
They're all wearing regular fezzes, by the way.
Oh, they're the regular
Oh,
ones, not the red ones.
Not the blood red
Yeah.
Fezes.
Okay. Here a Fez, there a Fez,
But they
everywhere a
might
Fez.
have a blood red Fez. They might. But we do not know that yet if they do or not.
Alright, so. Yeah, he's currently trying to flee. And the other one doesn't really have that luxury. Well, I guess he could try, but at this point, he's got his sword out and he's going to try and swing at Vincent as his last dying attempt at doing something.
Yeah.
And he does land. Vincent ducks the sword. And then next up, Professor Demir is feeling pretty useless right now. Really wishes he could do something. But he can't. So then we'll go straight to you, Luis. You have a chance to finish it.
Yes, and that's what I'm going to try to do. I've got 5 more rounds in my
Revolver.
I can only take 1 shot, though.
You could take 3, but you'll take a disadvantage with each shot if you try to do that. This guy is looking really... This is the guy who has his jaws unhinged.
Yes.
He's
So
bleeding
He
from
doesn't
his
have
mouth.
any teeth left in his
right,
mouth.
He
right.
got stabbed by the rapier.
Okay, so he should be a 1-shot kill.
He's not looking great.
All right. I could just aim for the abyss in his mouth and then go into his brain and finish him off. And he won't be able to say a thing about it.
Because he would be dead.
Yeah.
Most likely.
Most
And
likely.
hopefully.
Okay, so that's what I'm going to try to do.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta roll.
Therefore,
Oh. It's all in my head. 30.
your skill is 40.
Okay,
Nice.
okay.
Hot damn. Yeah, so you pull out your velo dog and fire one little tiny round. It's the last
Ding.
cut. You know, it's the death by 1,000 cuts of this guy. Like, he got his face smashed off. He got stabbed by this sword. But this tiny little pop is what does him in.
He's over.
And he falls down dead.
Okay,
One left to go.
so
No.
we're going to take him off the plate.
Everybody run after this guy right here.
So yeah, now
Now we have...
Bob, since the door is open, runs after the man who just left and is going to try and bite him
I
in
was
the
kind of
leg.
expected.
He might just like get him in the neck and the jugular.
And the guy tries to jump out of it, but he fails, and he just ends up tripping and falling over, making it even worse. And he takes some damage. I just need this back now. Ooh! Say, you start hearing screams coming from outside. Ah! Ah! As your dog is just mauling this guy.
Oh my god.
He's just doing...
A good boy!
And then next up, Marco. Marco speaks up. Are we going after him? Mamma mia! Are we gonna go after this guy or what?
I think the
Yes.
dog's got it handled.
And say, alright, with that, he's gonna run out as well and try and chase this guy down.
Okay, he's going to do that.
So he goes about to there. And then next, Glenn.
No. Nothing else has to be explained. Yeah.
So yeah, you make your way into the hallway as well. And then next up, old Vincent is gonna go chasing after this guy too.
We're all chasing after him now.
Then Florence, you're up.
Am I close enough to give him first aid for his cut?
Who?
My dog.
Yeah. No, not your dog. Your dog's outside.
Oh wait, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
I'm gonna give you first aid since you got
You
a
just
little
walk up
injury.
and
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh yeah, now you got all 9 of your red.
and the cultist kicks your dog to try and
What
get
did you
away,
just do?
and your dog tries to dodge, and he does. He kind of comes back as he kicks at it, avoiding any damage. And at this point, okay, so Demir does nothing again, and then you're up again, Luis. You want to chase?
Okay, so I might as well because these
So
are
at
all
this point, we're okay. Yeah, just go ahead.
these are good. These are both good guys.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm out. I'm on the trail.
And then at this point, Bob. Yeah, he's gonna just finish this guy off, I think.
And we're just going to be the witnesses, right? We're going to be the witnesses.
Well, yeah. So he goes to try and bite him again. And the guy tries to kick at him, but they both kind of miss each other. And nothing really happens. They're just kind of tumbling around in the dirt at this point. So...
So giggly. You imagining the dog
Yes.
getting the guy?
Marco moves up. He gets pretty close. You're up, Glenn.
Continue
You
running.
move.
Running. Oh, gonna keep on running. Running.
I'd say Vincent is able to get to him at this point. And he's going to try and finish him. He's going to punch him.
Well, we've
Right in the
been
face, he's on
incredibly
the
lucky
ground.
with these rolls that we didn't get killed.
So Vincent goes for the punch. This dude attacks Vincent back. He kicks Vincent, and Vincent takes a little bit. He kind of takes a hit, but nothing too crazy. And Vincent punches this guy and knocks his lights out one last time and finishes him off for good. So the last cultist expires. And the battle is over.
Wow. We are
And
good
you
at
are-
fighting.
Left with a lot of chaos. A lot of bodies to deal with.
Let's burn them all.
Let's rummage through the pockets, see if there's any if we can learn any information.
After that, we burn them all. After that.
Maybe we should have kept one alive. They probably wouldn't have told us anything anyways, right?
No, probably not.
Since you know how they are.
Mm-hmm.
I guess, yeah, there's like a body. There's a few bodies outside and a few bodies inside.
Mm-hmm. Well, Demir didn't have to do much, but
Yeah,
just
you
sit
saved-
there and observe.
Well, you basically saved him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if you weren't here?
Oh,
what
I
would have
know.
happened to
Oh.
Professor Demir?
Yeah, they'd have would have been bad. Well, they'd have killed him and burnt the house down. That's what they'd have done.
Yeah.
So the kids would have lost their dad and their home.
Oh, my goodness. I'm glad I didn't have to do any killing. Well, I'd say we're safe for the rest of the night.
You sure?
Well, they only sent 5 guys. Tells me they might be running out.
And what time of the night is it now?
It's still like
4?
Just, probably like 4:30 or something.
Okay. You don't think they have a second barrage?
Boy, that was chaos.
Mm-hmm.
What about the dog? Can I give him some first aid too?
Yes.
Yeah, the dog's not looking so great.
Oh, poor
Poor
Bob.
He has a pretty bad gash in him. It's gonna need stitches.
Continuously petting my dog.
Yeah.
So do I need a medicine roll him?
Yeah.
Okay. 25. Yeah, buddy.
It's on the mend.
So what are we gonna do, guys? What are your plans?
Okay.
Well, I like that kind of battle. That was with the map and the little pieces. That was so good.
Yeah.
Well, we still have to wait for him to finish reading the book. So,
So you're gonna wait a whole day?
Rest.
Well,
That's what I'm gonna
That's the
do.
plan?
but see, now that the guys didn't come back, the 5 people didn't come back, Nezra's gonna know that we...
Well, yes, but do you know how wary we would be, especially since of how long we have not slept for?
Well, I mean, you slept on the train.
Oh,
And it's only been a day.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
So maybe the best thing is to go ahead and get them...
Continue guarding and just maybe fixing some stuff and bordering up and
Well, think
Yeah.
about what a surprise attack it would be if we showed up there in
Just
about
go.
an hour.
we just head on out.
okay, fine. I'll just, yeah.
So we're heading back to the boat.
And are we going to leave Vincent there to read? Or is he going to read on the boat as he travels?
Guess I'll read on the boat.
Okay, he
My
can go
accent's
too.
went all over the place.
Good.
New York! New York, New York! Hey, if we want to get this thing done, then I guess I'll be reading this book on the ship.
Okay,
so.
let's do
all right.
this thing. All right. Now,
Let's go.
everybody's all accounted for. We got our guns and our ammo with us.
Yep.
Are we going to take Bob with us, or are we going to let him kind of take it easy back there with the professor? If he's got a...
Yeah, I want to keep him with the professor because you saw what he did.
Yes, and he's
So
got...
yeah, he's going to be able to protect the professor, and,
And
we
he
need
need-
somebody to be able to protect this
and he's
professor
going to need
in
some
case of
stitches
yeah.
on his cut that he's got, too. So we...
Florence already stitched him up.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. But he needs to
He needs to heal.
heal up. Yeah.
Rest, yes.
Especially after that long fight.
Oh, my. Yeah.
So, yeah, you head back to the Kismet pretty much immediately after the battle, I guess.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Meet up with Abdullah.
So, are we going to the island?
Yes. Also, do not
If you're
Mind
up to
about-
it. And
What?
the blood on us.
Oh, yes, looks like you've been in a fight again.
Yes.
Is the mayor okay?
Yeah. Yeah, he is.
Good. All right.
needs to replace some windows in his house, but other than that, he's going to be okay.
And my dog's okay.
Yes. and you're-
Over back with Professor.
So, by the time we get there, it's gonna be sunrise.
Yes.
What are we gonna do? Whatever we.
They'll probably see us coming.
Yeah. So. Get the weapons ready whenever we get there.
Right.
All right.
So, yeah, the Kismet sets out to Nisra's island. And, I actually have a map this time, so I can show you.
Yes. Yeah. Also,
He is prepared. It does make a big difference, doesn't it, to have maps and...
yes,
Well,
it makes it
I'm not gonna
much
give you
more
this one yet.
immersive. Like it makes it much more immersive with maps.
We'll prepare to get immersed.
Okay.
A map for you, brother.
Oh,
So this is Nisra's island.
this is so sick.
the tower in the center.
Whoa, where'd you get the color?
From the printer.
Well, that's amazing.
That's
Doesn't that
really
look
nice.
good?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
It doesn't look like that there's much places for cover unless we make any.
You're right.
So we might want to come prepared with, or well, I guess we're already going there, so yeah.
Like to have some kind of
Yeah.
something that blends in, like
Yeah.
Desert Storm color, because it's kind of brownish.
But anyways, we might already be here. We might already not. I do not know.
The island looms out of the dark waters, bleak and desolate, rising against the night sky. Rocky shoreline, jagged and uninviting, with sparse vegetation. And there's some goats as well that they've raised for food, assuming. And then at the edge of the shore, you see the three small boats still pulled up on the beach. And of course, at the top of the tower, you can see this golden cage, is what it looks like, at the top of this tower. But you can't quite make sense of it from the distance that you're at. And yeah, there are a bunch of cultists.
Do we know how many? We don't, do we?
Well, I'll show you
Okay.
what you see as you're looking through the spyglass.
Well, let's look for the place with the most cover, I feel.
This is the wall. There's like a small crumbling wall that goes around here. And trees and bushes and whatnot. And that's where the goats are.
Looks like there's an opening there.
Yeah.
And then just here where you're supposed to come in.
Yeah, but I feel
But-
like...
You feel like there might be more people
But which
there?
direction are you approaching the island from?
Well,
in the morning?
Oh. Oh, wow. Let's see.
Well, from that other map, we're coming in from, like, we're going, like, north. We're coming from the north.
Right, well, yeah, you're
Yeah.
north. The Constantinople's to the north,
Yeah.
of course, yeah. But the ship could swing around and approach from the east if you wanted it to, or from the west.
So maybe somewhere near here, but not too close to there. Because maybe they could see the kids.
And how wide is this? Not too wide, because this is the tower in the middle.
The tower is large enough to, like, house, 20 people, probably.
Okay, so.
So pretty big. Or well, like...
Well, I mean, there's a small ship for scale. It's basically a rowboat, I think.
So I feel like maybe somewhere
We're trying
over here
to
on
avoid
this
them knowing
shoreline.
we're coming.
Yeah. So maybe somewhere near here from this shoreline.
I'm just afraid it's going to be too rocky over here. 'Cause
Yeah,
see how that?
but, yes, but
See how
we
the?
do need cover.
See the white from the water because of how hard it's hitting the shore right there.
Yes, but
Yeah, this is the only, like, easy approach.
Yeah.
It's on this side of the island.
This might, we don't go here, then we're not going to be so easily noticed. Maybe some come in from somewhere like through there.
And you spot a few cultists milling about.
yeah, but we don't know if that's them all. We don't know if that's all of them. We
I'm
don't
sure
know.
it's not all of them.
Well, yeah, probably not if that's where their base.
But we've got rid of several, the ones that came in
Yeah,
on
so we might
ship.
not have as many as we expect.
that. We got rid of 5 of them at Demir's house.
Yeah. So,
we have.
well, maybe somewhere over here, actually.
There's 8 of us, right?
Oh.
Abdullah, Murat, Hassan.
Well,
Leanne,
there's-
Luis, Glenn, Marco, and Vincent.
And then there's 2 other sailors you don't know the names of.
Okay.
That's right, because he had 4, didn't he?
Of where we should go.
The sun is rising at the moment. If that helps your decision.
So somewhere where they don't have as much view, or somewhere that they don't have a lot, where they don't have much view of. I feel like that is where we should choose.
And what would, and which direction would that be, with the less view?
South. So south, maybe. West, or maybe north to this shoreline, maybe.
Which side does the sun rise?
Wait. East?
Rises in the east and sets in the west. So this is north and this is south. This is west and this is east. So the sun's going to be rising here on this side.
So here, so my shadow might not be the whole entire sun, but just a description of it. So maybe somewhere over here. Maybe. So maybe somewhere close to the west. Or yeah.
I think we should approach from over here because the sun's going to be shining this way, so they're going to be looking this way, and the sun is going to make it harder for them to see us.
Yeah, but
what?
we have to think of the advantages of both points.
Okay.
That's what we feel.
So you want us to be looking into the sun and not being able to see? How's that going to affect your marksmanship?
Okay, yeah, let's approach from maybe there.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Yeah. I feel like that we should go somewhere where there's enough cover for us to be able to be able to.
Well,
so
that's,
the sun's
cover is
rising.
going to be hard to come by no matter where you approach.
Yeah.
It's an island. And you're approaching by a boat.
Yeah, it's good.
So they've just started to approach from the east.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the sun blinds cultists
Mm,
as it rises.
Oh.
my eyes.
And what is the plan then? We're
Well-
coming from the east with the boat with the Kismet.
We've got everybody on board. We have any and all of our weapons.
Approaching from the east. Will make it less likely that they spot us coming, but it is still daytime.
Oh, I think we just need to be ready for...
Are we going to run the Kismet right up to the island, or we have rowboats? We could put them out and row up,
Ooh.
but that's
Rowboat.
slower. But either way, it's in the day, so
So they're probably gonna notice us.
chances
either
are
way.
they'll see.
Yeah,
But they might not.
because of the blinding sun.
And they have that tower.
Yeah.
Gives them a 360 view.
Well, we know that they haven't had time to get full knowledge of the 5 that came. Because we left immediately after them.
Mm-hmm.
So we do have some
Yeah, we do
surprise.
have some time.
We have some an element of
The
surprise.
element of surprise.
Yes, because and they may be all trying to. Well, it's still too early for them to think that something's happened. So
So they might think that it might be successful.
and they're just waiting on those guys to come back.
Yeah. So
And you still have your disguises.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You never took them off.
We know that's
Yeah, we
right.
never-
They're a little
took
more
them off.
convincing now that you're all covered in blood and guts.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Savages.
Well, we have to disembark and get on land.
Yeah.
So weapons.
If
are
we get the
gonna-
Kismet close enough, me and the boys can fire from the ship.
Yeah, sure.
and give us cover as we go in. right? Is that what that's what I was thinking. Okay, so who'll be going with us then is Vincent and Marco. Who else am I leaving out? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
The three of you, Vincent and Marco, and then the 4 sailors plus the captain.
Okay, but
That's
the
what we've got.
the captain and his 4 crew members are going to stay on the boat until we get down in, and then follow us, right?
If that's the plan.
I don't know that all 4 of them need to stay on the boat.
If we get the Kismet close enough, we can fire from the boat
Yeah.
at them. That's what I'm saying. If we don't take rowboats.
Yeah, and they're going to have longer range weapons and. Okay.
As long as they all have long range weapons, then I think that's fine.
Yeah.
We can decide the ground team to...
Okay. Because that's
we don't know what we're facing.
That's right. We think we're going into the tower, but we don't know who we're going to meet along the way. Okay. Are we ready?
Yep.
So, Nine Finger Abdullah fires up the boat. He fires up the Kismet and launches full speed ahead at the island from the east. And we're basically going to just start with combat straight away. So the ship approaches the island, and well, first off, let's see if they spot you. You are very lucky. They have not spotted you yet, so the ship gets pretty close to the island, and basically allowing you to take the first shot if that's what you want to do. But before we do that, I'll tell you kind of what you see. So right now there's just 3 cultists outside, just kind of milling about. But other than that, you don't see anyone else.
If we take the first shot, we might get noticed, but if we don't, we can approach and do a more stealthy handout. Or what I mean by handout, I mean, I think you all know what I'm trying to say, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So basically, they haven't seen you yet. The boat kind of parks up alongside, so that they have range, but the sun has just come up over the horizon, and they probably, if they noticed the ship, they probably couldn't tell exactly what ship it was, because the sun's shining right in their eyes. So you have the opportunity now to shoot at them from the ship, or jump, like send the ramp down and disembark first, and then engage, or start engaging from the ship. You can choose, because they still haven't noticed you. But if you do go down there, I'll have you make another stealth check to see if they notice you disembarking.
Well, I think if we disembark, we have the opportunity to get closer before we start fighting.
Yeah, and we could do this. So there's 2 choices: stealthy way
The loud
or
way.
guns a-blazing way.
So, which is it going to be?
Guns
What do you
a-blazing.
think, cowboy?
Guns a-blazing it is.
Who's taking the first shot? Do you want to do it? All right.
I'm aiming at the closest one towards me.
With what? Your rifle also has 3 bullets in it, so you need to reload it if you want to.
Reloading.
Okay, yeah, you reload your rifle, and now you're going to take your first shot. Roll for me.
72. And okay. So and then that I would be able to hit.
Because you have what, 75?
No,
Or
I have
85?
80.
80.
So 5 plus 2 was 7, but 1, 10.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you fire and hit one of the cultists. This guy has a rifle in his arms, and he drops it as soon as he gets hit. And he drops to the ground in a critical state. And we have now begun combat. So, with that, the cultists look towards you, and first up
They're blinded.
would be Kyle, actually. It would be Marco. Marco's going to move up. Yeah, Marco's going to move up and try to finish him off. So he's just going to go up and attack him with his sword. And he hits him. And he finishes him off. He just goes and he just puts him out of his misery.
We got one done. 2 more that we know of to go.
Yep.
But at this point, they've heard the rifle fire. They know what's going on. So, Marat,
Asian.
from the ship, takes a shot at one of the cultists.
This kind of reminds me of the
Ooh, D8 plus D6.
invasion of Normandy, France.
Yes.
Because, well, it was not really surprise, but, like, this time, but, well, yeah.
Yeah.
It is an invasion, kind of.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he hits the next one.
He hits the next one.
So that would be this one. Right
Yeah. And he gets him pretty good. Vincent's going to move up along the wall. He's going to kind of sneak along cover here. But he's going to stay in cover. But yeah, so then the one that just got shot by Marat, he tries to shoot Vincent. Where am I die?
And Vince is going to try to finish him off.
He hits. Vincent's going to try and dodge.
Ah.
He's going to... Well, that's right. He has a disadvantage, so... He doesn't hit. He shoots and he misses Vincent. The bullet hits the stone wall. And then... You're up, Florence.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna move up. Where am I at? Is that me? Yeah. Just gonna move up and stay in cover.
Okay.
So... And then the other cultist that's standing out there... He's
Third
gonna...
one? The third one?
Yeah, he's gonna take a shot at Marat. He hits. Marat tries to dodge. Oh, damn, this dice. But Marat is unable to get out of the way. And he takes a shot.
Oh.
He basically gets clipped a little bit. It's not,
not
too
bad.
crazy. But it wings him. And he cries out in pain. So, next up, one of the deckhands fires back at that guy who just shot. He fires, he hits. The cultist fires back, misses. And the cultist dies.
That's the
He kills
one
another one.
This one, right?
furthest away.
That's-
Yes.
Okay.
So
So
it
him
goes
and-
right. Okay, and you want this one too then.
And now 2 down.
One
Left that we know of.
That's outside right now, yeah.
Then, from inside, another cultist comes out
out of the building.
of the building. He just kind of steps out from the entryway and he takes a shot. And he takes a shot at Kyle, at Marco Ricci. And Marco, he tries to roll out of the way. And he successfully does as the bullet just whizzes by him. You hear lots of shouting from inside of the tower. From men, you know, the shouting of men. And you kind of make out the voice of a woman, too, throughout all the shouting. So a higher-pitched voice kind of cuts through. And then one of the deckhands fires at the cultist who just stepped out. He's going to hit. Wow. he kills him as well. The one who just stepped out immediately
Here he goes.
dies.
Wow!
Boy, we have been lucky in these battles.
Yeah.
There's some more yelling, and then a shot comes from the tower from one of the cultists as they've taken up firing positions inside of the tower now.
Oh, and now they're up on the high.
And he shoots
Hide.
towards the boat at the captain. The captain tries to jump out of the way, but is pretty old, so doesn't quite make it.
Oh.
And Nine-Fingered Abdullah takes a shot into the shoulder.
Come on, Abdullah. Come on.
And then Abdullah, he's going to fire back.
He's mad.
But he's going to fire with his disadvantage now because these cultists have good cover up in this tower.
Mm-hmm. And he's compromised because his shoulder's been hit.
Oh, dang. He does hit. Okay, so yeah, he fires a harpoon up into the tower and spears a guy, and he just goes flying back. You just see him disappear into the darkness.
He's a goner. We don't even have him, we don't even have a chip for him. We just know he's gone.
Yeah, there's another one.
Another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust.
Another one,
And
another one,
And another one.
and
Another
another
one
one
bites
bites
the
the dust. Another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. And another one does, and another one does. Another one bites the dust.
Alright, that's enough music for now, dude. Hassan picks up his rifle and shoots. Is there another guy standing out there?
This is the one that's
Yeah.
been hit already.
Okay, yeah, he's just going to shoot at him.
He's hitting him, okay?
He misses, and the cultist fires back, also missing.
Oh,
As they
good.
both just kind of shoot at each other and don't really do anything.
Okay, well, I want to drop this dude that's compromised. So the only thing I don't know how far away I am. If I can hit him with my revolver or not. At 15 yards.
Well, what's its range?
15 yards.
No, you from, well, the guy outside?
Yeah, this one that's already been hit. I was wanting to finish him off.
He's more than 15 yards away, I'd say.
Okay. So,
He's like 30.
Okay, well,
So you'd have to move up first.
yeah. Gee, what in the world can I do that
Oh, gee, willikers.
make any difference here?
You
Do
can
I
move
take a
up.
turn moving up? That's about what I have to do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's do it. I'm under stealth of...
Staying behind that wall.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay right there.
You hear shouting coming. You start to, you get close enough that you can make out a voice coming from the top of the tower. And you hear, "Fools! Do not listen near the prince! Protect the ritual at all costs!" Next, Marco Ricci is going to move up. Yeah, he's going to go after this guy. He's going to attack this guy now. He's close enough.
Okay.
He's going to try and cut him up, dice him up with his rapier.
Slice and dice.
Slice and dice. And he hits him again, but it's just not quite enough. And the cultist attacks back,
And misses.
and he hits.
Oh, he does.
He just punches him though. He doesn't. He's dropped his rifle, so he punches him,
So it's not really going to do that much.
and well, he recoils, and blood goes flying out of his nose as he gets punched in the face by this cultist. And then Marat is going to try and take a shot at the guy who just punched him.
Because he's on the boat.
And he hits him. And this cultist also dies.
Woohoo! Get that son of a gun off the table.
And probably more is going to come back.
I know, but man, we're chopping them down one by one. One
Like
by
this.
one. Yeah, we are. We're making potato chips out of them. We're
Big
slicing
part.
them so thin.
Big progress. That's what we're making.
Yeah.
Who just went?
Marco.
Marco. Okay.
Oh, Mirage.
And Ron.
Oh,
yeah,
that's right.
So yeah, you're up
That's
again, Glenn.
Move up.
Move up along the wall.
Yeah. Somewhere like right there somewhere.
Okey-doke. We're kind of all on the same. We're frontliners. That's what we are. Frontliners.
Yeah.
And then Vincent is going to move up as well, so move him up.
Okay, he's moving.
Then your turn to visit Florence.
Mm-hmm.
Just move up a little bit.
Yeah.
And then one of the deckhands hops off and starts approaching behind you guys. Then another cultist takes up position in the tower, and he's going to shoot Marco. He hits him, Marco, or he will if Marco fails to dodge. Marco failed to dodge. So he does get hit. And he takes a major wound as he gets shot in the leg, and now he's going to have trouble walking from this point on.
Somebody's gonna need to carry him.
And then the deckhand that's still on the ship fires back. And the cultist fires back at him, and they both land their shots. And they just kind of trade blows. And the cultist in the tower that he fires at comes tumbling forward out of the window of the tower and falls and crashes into the base with a sickening crunch.
Breaks his neck.
And so then finally another cultist takes position in the tower and fires at the deckhand.
That's on the ship.
Yes. Hits him directly. But the deckhand, these are really tough sailors, so getting shot once isn't going to put them out of the fight.
Okay.
They've seen some combat. They've done some things. And then Abdullah returns fire. Well, actually, no, he spends the rest of his turn loading another harpoon into his rifle.
Okay.
And then Hassan jumps down from the boat. Well, no, actually, Hassan is going to take a shot at that guy in the tower.
In the tower.
With the rifle.
Okay.
He's a really big threat. Oh my god, and he hits a critical, and he just immediately murders this guy.
Oh. It's over, Rover.
Headshot.
And just like the last guy, he falls from the tower and crunches onto the ground, onto the rocks below.
And how's that sound?
And then Luis, you can make a move.
Okay. I'm going to move up. I'm doing the belly crawl.
Marco, at this point...
Hit.
He's been hit. Yeah, he's wounded. He's got a major wound. So he's actually going to pull back a little bit.
Yes.
And kind of just get behind cover. Somewhere near Florence where she can get to him.
Okay.
And,
I
I forgot to ask. Where did we leave the fezzes? Did we bring them?
I've been carrying them with me everywhere.
Well, so Marco has them. Because the last thing we established is that you gave them all to Marco at the kidnapping. So
right.
I'm just going to say that he still has them.
Okay.
He still has that crate, but...
Okay.
I'd say he chose to leave all but one fez on the ship. So he has a fez with him, but he chose to leave the book and the other 4 fezzes on the Kismet. That was his choice.
Okay.
So if you wanted to have one as well, you could take one before you had, gotten there. But for now, that's where I'm going to say that they are.
Okay.
All of them except for one.
Yeah, because the book's on the ship because
we don't want the cult to get it.
To get it. Well, and because the other guy's reading it.
Well, he's not now.
No, but
he's fighting with you.
He left it on the ship. with the Fez.
He didn't have time. That's right. He was reading that. So yeah, he
Uh-huh.
left. Yeah, he had the book, but the Fezes were still with Marco, and
Yeah,
he
and
just
he had him.
took one with him and left the rest on the ship.
Yes.
Marat's gonna jump off the ship and start approaching behind you guys as well. But I don't really have a token for him here. I'll just use it.
Isn't one of those guys Marat?
Oh, that's right. I do have a token for him. That's Hassan. That's Marat. So you're up again, Victor.
So what I'm gonna do is just move up again. To like right there. And I know that he ain't gonna be undercover, but I will play.
Then Vincent is gonna move up. And Florence, you can move up too. So Vincent, at this point, he's right at the entrance, just kind of off at the side of the door, and he peeks in. And now it's Florence's turn.
Oh, well, I'm gonna. Can I do medicine during battle or just first aid?
Just first aid.
Okay, I'm gonna do first aid for our Italian swordsman. Can't think of his name. Marco.
Yeah.
Marco.
43.
Is Marco bad enough that we should be trying to move him off the island and back on the Kismet? Or do we just...
I mean, you saw him get shot in the leg, and
Yes. He's not going to be
won't
doing any
run
walking.
from the fight afterwards immediately. So you can imagine he's probably not doing too good.
Yeah.
Could be bleeding out.
Well, he won't now.
Oh, that's
He's got
right.
first aid.
Okay. There you go.
The deckhand on the ship doesn't have anyone to fire at anymore.
Because nobody's up in the tower.
Right. There's currently no one showing themselves.
But we've got 2 deckhands and the captain there on the ship.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to shout down. Do you want me to move up? Or stay on the ship and provide covering fire?
Well,
And he spends his turn yelling that.
okay.
And that was the deckhand.
Yes.
Okay.
One of the random deckhands.
No, we do not know their name.
Yeah.
Okay. It's one of those.
Vincent gets attacked at the doorway as you see a sword come swinging at him. And he's going to try and dodge it. And he does. Again.
Oh, good.
All those years boxing has really paid off for Vincent.
Woo!
As he ducks the blade.
Yeah, like a fist.
The other deckhand moves up with you guys. The one that's down there. Vincent's actually going to get attacked again. What are you doing? Weird.
Making noises.
Oh, yeah, so, but they miss. They swing at him and they miss. And now it's your turn. Or no, it's Hassan's turn. So he's going to move up as well. Towards the tower. And Luis, you're up.
Okay, I'm going to go over here on the other side. Right here by the door so that I can kill him with my revolver. As they come out. Or as we charge in, whatever we end up doing.
Yeah, we're probably going to charge him.
That's what I'm thinking too. Yeah.
Marco. What's Marco gonna do?
Yeah, what can he do?
He doesn't want to die, and he's just gonna stay where he is right now.
Because is he pretty well undercover?
Yeah, he's in a good spot.
He's in a good spot. Okay.
And then Marat is gonna jump off the boat and start moving up.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue moving up.
Yeah.
Along the wall.
Okay. Vincent kind of backs up out of the doorway, and he turns to you and he's like, "We got 4 of them in here." Or he's a New Yorker. "We got 4 of them in here. I need some help. They're trying to chop me up."
All right. Well, I'm here on the other side. I'm ready. I got How many shots do I have?
And then he takes a swing at one of them. And he hits. And that's the sound the cultist makes when he gets punched. Alright, so you're up, Florence.
Oh, well, I'll just keep moving forward. Taking everybody with me.
Yeah. Funny how that was catching on all those.
And then the deckhand decides he's just going to stay on the ship since nobody gave him any instructions. And the
That's a good place.
Yeah, he's like, I don't want to go down there, actually.
He's there with the
captain.
With the captain.
Vincent's going to get attacked again. He's the only one stood in the doorway.
I'm there in the doorway, too.
All right.
Because I was giving him back.
Well, either way.
Okay.
They attack him. And they do hit him again. But they only nick him a little bit. He's fast. He's slippery, this one. The deckhand that's moving up. Mm-hmm. He's now at the tower.
Yep.
And he's going to shoot. Well, yeah, he gets himself into a position to try and shoot one of them. But he unfortunately misses. And one of the cultists actually comes running out at him with the sword. And he hits. So the dude's going to try and fight back by hitting him with his rifle. Or actually, he's going to shoot at him. But he does not manage to get the shot off in time. So he gets slashed. And, oh boy. Okay, yeah. He gets hit pretty good, this deckhand, as the cultist cuts into his belly. But not deep enough to spill his guts or anything like that. Emboldened by his friend. Or no, I guess next is Abdullah. He's got another harpoon, so he's going to try and harpoon this guy. And the guy tries to dodge out of the way. There's too many people in this fight.
There's a lot.
I gotta look up so many character sheets.
Somebody.
Yeah, unfortunately, he fires the harpoon and it just hits into the ground as this cultist leaps out of the way. Hassan is gonna move up now.
Is this Hassan here?
Luis.
It's finally my turn. Okay. I'm right there. Can I go ahead and attack the one that just went through?
You can attack any of them.
Okay, I want to attack him. I don't want him getting away.
Alright. Roll.
23.
Now roll damage for your velo dog.
71.
Roll damage, Grandma.
Oh, damage is...
Look at your velo dog. It says
Tells
how
you
much
what-
damage.
Oh, your damage, 106.
No.
1d6. You have to roll a d6.
6-sided die, Grandma.
Okay, 6-sided would be...
It's cube.
It's cube.
This one.
Okay, thank you. 1.
Yeah, you do 1 damage to this guy.
Just enough to make him mad.
Oh, goodness gracious. You hear some more shouting. Olug! Crush these vermin! Show them the wrath of the betters! And this big hulking black eunuch appears at the top of the stairs. You call yourselves children? Then prove it! Stop them! Or your blood will anoint the altar in their place!
Is my turn done?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's what I figured.
Well, that's how this game works. You
I know.
have your turn and then it ends.
Like, do the thing that you want to do, that you can do,
Yeah.
and then your turn ends.
So, Marat is now going to move up. So move him up a little bit.
Marat.
At the bottom, there. Yeah. Wait, Victor! Pay attention. You're up.
Okay.
Woohoo. Now
There you are,
remember,
right here.
the big black eunuch is up at the top of the stairs.
Yeah, are you gonna get closer to the tower?
Yes, I'm
Yeah.
gonna try my best to get to the entrance.
Okay.
So are you in the entrance?
I'll do some-
Because there can be more than one at the entrance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
You're-
that's kind of what's happening right now. There's more
Okay,
than
so
one
the
at
next
the
time-
entrance.
Next time you can shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Vincent is gonna go after the guy who jumped over to the side.
That I missed.
Yes. He's gonna try and finish him for you.
Okay, good.
And he hits. And they try to attack him back, but they miss. And then Florence.
Can I provide some first aid to Vincent? Does he need first aid?
He does.
Yeah. First aid.
All
Pass.
Yeah, it's kind of obvious how it happened.
So one of the deckhands stands in front of the doorway now,
Yeah.
and unfortunately you're in the doorway, so he can't shoot in. So he's just gonna shoot the cultist that's lying on the ground. Oh my god, and he just completely fumbles and misses. And so one of the cultists is now going to attack you, Luis. He misses.
Better be missing.
So the deckhand that's still on the ship decides he's going to start moving up too. So he gets off and moves up. Then the cultist on the ground tries to take a swing at Vincent with his sword. And he misses because he's on his back. Abdullah loads another harpoon into his rifle. Then one of the cultists attacks Victor.
Rookie mistake.
You're going to have to roll dodge or attack back. A critical dodge, yeah. You critically don't take damage. And then the cultist next to him is going to attack you as well. And he misses. He just misses outright.
Okay,
These
good.
guys suck.
It's because they're living off of goats.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Hassan is now going to try and
No
finish
vegetables
this guy
here.
off on the ground.
Hopefully he hits.
And he hits. The cultist tries to roll away, but fails. And dies.
Oh,
Finally.
he's off. He's off the board. One less.
One less to deal with.
You're up again, Luis.
I'm there. I'm right by the door.
So there's 3 in there, and then there's this black unit coming down the stairs.
And that's what I want. I'm close enough now.
You want a black eunuch?
I want to kill him, yeah. Yeah, I want to eliminate him.
So roll
Roll.
to shoot him. I guess that's what you're doing.
Yes. 75.
That's a fail.
Don't I have an option for something else that I can do?
Nope.
No.
What do you mean, for firearms?
No, just I was thinking that there was something else that...
You have a syringe and a half vial of nightshade.
Yeah.
And then you have your blackjack.
Yeah.
And then you have your spells.
They're,
But
So-
I can't use them this turn, so...
Well, you can't use them without a fez.
Mm-hmm.
So, Marco stays where he's at. Marat moves up to the tower. Glenn?
I am going to try to shoot the nearest cultist to me that is in the tower.
Alright. Roll.
That's all I got hope for. So I got a 31. I hit 8.
Alright, you shoot one of the cultists with your rifle. And it hits him in the stomach and he keels over. And then the deckhand next to you takes a shot at him as well. But the cultist is able to dodge this. I guess you shot him, and as you hit him, he keels over, and the other shot goes over his head.
Oh, man.
So, Abdullah, he can't really do much from where he's at now. He's just going to stay on the ship and guard the ship.
Yeah, just
Because somebody needs to stay on the ship.
just because nobody's coming out now of the building.
Yeah, they know better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So one of the cultists takes a swing at Victor with his sword. He hits Victor. Roll to dodge.
Wait, these are the dodge dice.
Mm-hmm.
13.
Yeah, you dodge it.
Ooh, you did good. That's a
Then another cultist swings at you as well. But he misses. And Hassan, he comes charging in, sees Ulug, the big black eunuch, and says that's the biggest threat. And he decides he's going to shoot him.
Okay. Don't tell me.
Hassan.
Hassan sucks.
Come on,
He
Hassan.
didn't do good the last time we were in battle with him either.
What's going on with him?
He
All
has a
right.
great smile, though.
So he fires
He's
and
pretty to look
misses.
Yeah, basically everybody's at the building now. Except for,
And then Luis gets to make another move.
Okay, well I'm right here, so the only thing I can do is just take my gun. I've got 4 rounds left and try to get the eunuch. I don't know what else to do. I can't just sit there and twiddle my thumbs.
So there's three cultists as well in front of you
in front. Well, I can.
that are much closer in actively attacking the people around you.
Okay, all right. Well, let me just have one of those then. I'll just get one of those. I have a 6 and a 3. Finally.
A 6 and a 3.
6.
Oh
60.
no, it's a 9 and 90 and a 3. Oh,
Well, either way, that wouldn't have passed.
Oh man.
Because your skill's
gosh.
40.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you fire and miss a few more rounds. And Ulug starts coming down the stairs and takes position behind the cultists.
We need somebody with a machine gun or a.
And you hear shouting.
here back then?
You hear more shouting from above in the top of the tower. Do you truly think you can stop what has already begun? You are nothing but ants scurrying before a rising tide.
We got to do a firing line or something. What are we gonna do?
Psychopathic laugh.
What? Okay, we got to regroup here. How are we gonna do this? There's
Charge
3.
in.
So Kyle or Marco is the first to act now again, and so he's still not gonna do anything.
Yeah,
he's still
he
just
just
kind of
needs
waiting to see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Murat moves up to the tower as well, stacks up on it. He's at this point, no one can go in until you clear out the way, really, because you're all kind of just on top of each other. So Victor, you're up.
I'm going to attempt to shoot the cultist that just came in.
That's the closest to
The Ulug, the big
Yeah,
black eunuch.
Yeah.
All right.
13.
Woo! That's a lot of damage.
Yeah.
He's a big guy.
Yeah, you shoot Ulug, and you basically... Yeah, you shoot off his jaw. Like, the bullet just takes his whole bottom.
Another one of those hits. Flapping in the wind.
But this dude is an absolute tank, and he's like, he just gets up. He falls down and he gets back up.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
He
He's
won't
the
be
muscle.
eating, he won't be eating dinner tonight, but he's up.
And then, yeah, Vincent is gonna charge in and try to knock out one of these cultists in your way because he can't get to Ulug. Ulug's too far from him, and these other cultists are kind of blocking him. Oh, but he misses completely. He just fumbles it, and he can't get past all these cultists. There's just too many people in the way. So Florence, you're up.
I don't think anybody needs first aid right now. So, I guess I'll try to take a shot at whatever cultist is closest.
Mm-hmm. Whoa.
50. Fail.
Yeah, I feel like there's somebody.
see.
I feel like that you should go in there and try your best to syringe him. After all, we kill most of them.
Syringe him.
Syringe him. I
Oh,
said.
syringe him.
Syringe him. Well, but
He's a pretty big boy. That medicine might not do nothing to him.
this is a nice sized needle.
It is.
It is a nice sized needle.
I mean, his jaw's gone. I don't know how much he's got left in him, guys. Like, I know he's big.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean that he's strong.
All right. Who just went? Vincent? No,
I just
Florence.
went, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, the deckhand behind you. He's finally able to get an angle and shoot one of these cultists. And he misses.
Of course.
So the cultist swings their sword at Vincent again. Hits him. So Vincent's going to try and do another dodge. Oh, but he just can't quite. He's not fast enough this time. So where's my six-sided? There it is. Ooh. And Vincent takes a major wound. So yeah, he slashes Vincent in the arm. The deckhand... So one of the other deckhands, at this point, yeah, he's going to try to also squeeze in and get a shot off at the same cultist.
The one way back here, or the deckhand that's close up.
And he misses. It doesn't matter because he missed anyways.
Okay. Alrighty.
And Abdullah loads another harpoon into his rifle, though at this point he can't really shoot at anyone.
We need the big guy to get lured outside so he can do him in.
So that can happen.
So Vincent gets attacked. He dodges. No, actually, he attacks back. At this point, Vincent's getting tired of dodging. He's just going to attack back.
Okay.
So he takes a hit. Ooh. He takes a big hit. Oh, Vincent!
He already had a major wound. He should have dodged.
Yeah, he should have. So Vincent gets stabbed in his chest by one of these cultists, and he falls to the ground dead.
Vincent is dead.
Yes, Vincent has died.
Oh,
We'll remove him from the board.
My. This is not good.
So when you get that fez off his head.
And the fez falls off as soon as his body hits the floor
Whoa.
and rolls across
So
the ground.
whenever Chet actually comes back, he's gonna have to make another
He'll
cure.
never come back. Let's be honest.
If
He'll
he
never
ever
come.
does. We never know.
So who's gonna go get the fez?
And it's Florence's turn.
Oh, I thought I just went.
Oh, sorry. No, Vincent just died. That
Yeah.
threw me off. Because the cultist killed him. So the other cultist is now going to attack Victor. He hits. Dodge.
9.
Oof.
He didn't dodge.
You take 2 damage.
Ugh.
Hassan pushes his way in. Well, he's already in, that's right. And he's going to try and attack Ulug again. He gets the shot off finally Ulug tries to jump out of the way, and he succeeds. Because screw me, I guess.
I don't know, but I think I got a big old
All right,
fat
Luis.
injection.
You're up,
Wait.
Luis. There's still 3 cultists in front of you. Ulug behind them. All on the bottom floor of this tower.
Well, I'm gonna try to shoot him with my revolver. One of the cultists in front.
All right.
$89. Big fat fail.
Okay. So Ulug can't do much because there's these 3 guys in his way. He's gonna actually just try and push past them, and he's gonna attack Hassan.
Now, oh man, I hope Nine Fingers has that son of a gun loaded.
He
and
does.
Shoots him.
He does have it loaded.
I know it. That's what I'm. Because if he comes out.
So Ulug has a scimitar, and he's gonna try and cut Hassan with his scimitar. He just misses barely. It shaves the beard that Hassan has
On
his face. Yeah,
on his floppy jaw.
he just gets a real close shave. All right, so yeah, at this point, Murat takes another shot, misses because he sucks. Glenn, you're up.
I try to shoot. What's that guy's name again?
Ulug.
Hulu.
Ulug.
Hulu.
Ulug. There's no H. Ulug. All right, roll for me.
7.
Yeah, you finish what you started. That second bullet takes off the upper half of his head, and Ulug is no more.
Woo! You're the hero! You saved
him!
Now,
Yeah,
That was rude.
that's awesome.
Florence, what are you gonna do?
We still have the 3.
Yeah, I guess I'll try to shoot one of whoever's closest to me. 67. Fail.
Nobody can shoot anybody.
We're
Except
having
for
a
me.
heck. Well, we had such good luck on that.
Only I can shoot.
The approach was great. This is not going so good.
Mhm.
Yeah, all I can do is shoot.
Oh. Okay, the deckhand shoots. The cultist fights back. And, well, actually he can't because he has a sword. So, yeah, he kills this cultist finally. And now there's only 2. And the other deckhand takes a shot and misses. Abdullah can't shoot them from where he's at.
Not a good sight.
So, the cultists attack Victor.
You're getting attacked all the time tonight.
Yeah, I know why. I
Roll to
think.
dodge. It's because you're in front.
Yeah. 56.
You take 1 damage. And the other one attacks Hassan. And he... There we go. Hassan tries to dodge. But he can't get out of the way. And he takes some damage too. Alright. Luis. Or no. Hassan is up actually. Hassan is going to attack back. But this time, well, he doesn't... I say his rifle's probably out of bullets, so he's just going to use it as a club, and he's just going to try to club one of these guys.
How much bullets do I
But he
have?
cannot get to them. Alright. And then the cultist attacks him back. Hits him. So Hassan takes a little more damage. Now it's your turn, Louise.
Okay. I'm gonna get whoever's in my line of fire. 2.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait. Damage is...
D6.
Yeah, D6. Okay, got it.
Yeah, you finally take out one of these cultists, shoot him in the face,
And they'd be dead?
and he dies. Yes, he falls over dead.
Okay, so that leaves us one more cultist in front, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So at this point, Marco approaches. He's going to walk up now. He feels safe enough. He's going to approach and get by the door of the tower. And then Marat tries to take out this last cultist. He rolls enough. Let's see. The cultist is going to attack back. So Marat takes a hit, but he finishes off this final cultist, finally.
Oh my gosh.
And, yeah, that's going to end combat for now, technically.
Okay. Wow. This is like a cliffhanger. But think about it. No more people came down those stairs as we've been taking. You took out the big brute guy, and then we uno dos tres the occultists that were in front of him, and no other people came down the stairs.
So that means that there's either no more people.
Well, no, there's Nisra
Or-
and Prince Ramazan.
Well, besides that,
Right.
Yeah.
but besides them, if that means that there are no more people besides them,
Besides them. Okay.
or either that there are more people but they're just scared of cats.
Or it's a trap, right? To get
Yeah.
to walk up those stairs.
So in the tower, the space is very dimly lit, and it's been crudely adapted for living. The air is really thick and musty, and it's illuminated by just the flickering light of gas lanterns. And it's divided into 2 distinct areas, one for sleeping, one for eating. And alongside one of the rooms is the sleeping quarters, which is just simple wooden pallets that are kind of strewn about with tattered blankets and cushions. So this is clearly where they were based. The smell of sweat and unwashed linen hangs heavily in the air.
Ooh, D.O.
Each sleeping space separated by makeshift curtains. And then on the opposite side of the room, there's like an eating quarters. Features a long, rough-hewn wooden table surrounded by mismatched stools. There's scraps of food and half-eaten meals. A large cauldron sits over a small fireplace in the corner. And that's what you see basically on the first floor. It's pretty simple and straightforward. So you're all on the first floor.
Okay, so since we're not in combat, I can do a medicine roll
Yeah.
for Marco.
Yeah, we don't want to.
Oh, please. I hurt her so
Fail.
bad.
95.
Oh.
We had to call him in Kansas City and say, sorry, Marco, you're dead. But he's not dead yet, right? I mean,
No.
no, he's not dead
He just
yet.
has a major wound.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but we should tell Chet that he's dead.
But he got first aid. He just
Yeah,
didn't get any medicine right now.
yeah.
Chet is probably gonna be dead. Well, Chet is dead, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chet's dead.
So you all need to take 1d6. Okay, so everyone make me a sanity saving throw right now. As you watch one of your companions die in front of you.
Decent.
And then we do that with the 2 die.
Yep. Same die we always roll for everything.
Everything.
41.
28.
What's your sanity, Victor?
My current sanity is 57.
Okay, so yeah, you all pass.
That's good.
And
That's good. That's good.
you will each lose 1 point of sanity. Just 1.
Okay.
Should I shoot the roof and check if there's anybody up there?
Shoot the roof.
It's made of stone. Well, I guess it's wood.
Then
Yeah, we're gonna have to go up there for sure.
Well, at least pull out my
but
shotgun.
Do we have the option to reload guns?
I'm gonna take out my shotgun right now. And I'm pretty sure that my shotgun is already fully loaded. Right?
Well, I'm trying to.
Yeah, you haven't
Yeah.
used it, so
Yeah.
you've used all the. Yeah, you've got to reload your rifle.
Yeah, I'm gonna reload my rifle and
I
then...
gotta reload my revolver.
Yeah, everyone needs to reload. So yeah, you're all just standing down in the bottom of the tower, just waiting, I guess.
Okay.
Come on, guys, let's roleplay.
Wait a minute, I have an idea. I'll take out my shotgun and then shoot it.
Nobody picked up the fez or did anything with the fez.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, there's a
that
fez on the
fez.
ground
Gotta get that.
next
There
to
you go.
Vincent's body.
Yeah, I got it now.
You got that. Okay. And then now we have to. I think it would be a good idea to check the hole downstairs, make sure there's nobody down there, and then we'll go up from there. Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
clear the.
Well, you go. Yeah, you've already done that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Oh, we've already cleared
you can.
the
I
first
told
one.
you what was downstairs. I just
Yeah,
explained.
I know, but I know you did.
That's
but-
it.
Okay, that's
There's
it.
2 halves to the room:
Okay, all
the
right.
eating room part and the sleeping part.
Okay,
It's very
guys,
simple.
Okay.
What
So-
about we go up the stairs?
All of us here can go up the stairs together, right?
Yes.
Even this guy here.
With my
Move
shotgun
him
out.
up. So, gosh, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 of us.
That are not on the ship.
Right. So,
You hear the clattering and clanging of chains upstairs.
Yep.
you're talking.
ooh, that
Yep,
may
there's
be
definitely
some.
a ritual happening.
Well, either that or it's an escape route. We might want to leave somebody down on the bottom, just in case they try to jump.
Well, Marco's probably not in good shape to be climbing
Be-
stairs.
Yes. Well, and Vincent, my gosh, how many times has he been hit?
He's dead.
Oh, that's right, he's dead.
What the, I thought.
Yeah,
Wait.
he's gone.
Wait, what? I thought I gave it to.
Yeah,
Wait,
we've
no,
already.
that's not Vincent.
No, we've already given his chip up to the board there. Okay, so, but maybe I'll stay downstairs on the outside of the building with one other person to see if the chains might be something that's like a winch or something. I don't know.
Well, I feel like that. I kind of want to go up there and
Mm-hmm.
shoot my shotgun twice.
Okay. Let's see, who can, I'll take one of the deckhands with me down on the bottom.
Okay.
Okay, that's
And the rest of you are
Okay,
going
everybody
up.
else is going up.
everybody else going up.
So yeah, you go up and standing. So basically, before I'll describe, I guess the location. So you ascend a narrow, winding staircase, and you're transported to like another world. It feels like the atmosphere shifts dramatically from the rough utilitarianism of the lower floor to a lavish sanctuary that embodies the exotic allure of an Arabian Nights harem. The boudoir is adorned with richly colored fabrics, draping from the ceiling and pooling on the floor, creating an intimate, almost dreamlike space. Luxurious cushions and silken pillows are scattered about, and ornate lanterns hang from the ceiling, golden glow dancing across the walls, illuminating intricate tapestries. When you get up there, the first thing that you noticed is this golden cage. And sitting in the cage, which is like this large ornate structure that looks like a bird cage with golden bars, and sitting in it is both Prince Ramazan and Nisra, and she has a knife to his throat.
Well.
as you approach, she says,
Ah, so these are the interlopers who dare meddle in the plans of the children of the Blood Red Fez. I must say, you are far more interesting than I expected. I am Nisa, the daughter of Fate. You are guests here in my tower. Behold my court. You're a bit less lively than I prefer. Our dear Prince Ramazan is not much for conversation these days, but his fate serves a higher purpose. Oh, my sweet prince, your sacrifice will not be in vain. And she slices his throat. And she says, Nyaleth, Kavoshi, Shagutha, Sefal Soth Mingraka, Vayar Flagen, Thunargo, Yog Sathoth, Naithragamo.
and the air around you starts to crackle with unnatural energy as Nisra stands at the apex of the tower now. And she stands there with the dead prince at her feet, arms raised towards the night sky. The golden cage starts to glow with unholy light, and his frail form withers or writhes as the power of the ritual starts to course through him. And I need you all to make another sanity check.
Even me, I'm downstairs.
Oh, not you. If you're not there, you don't see it, so no.
Can't believe I'm missing this.
I got 20.
I got 1.
Lucky. I got 20.
Okay, so you'll just lose 1 for passing. Just 1 sanity.
Again.
Seeing this ritual. So, the final syllables are torn from her throat like a scream, echoing across the desolate island, and the sky above begins to twist and rend. A deep crimson overtaking the stars. Reality itself seems to buckle and tear as a great unblinking eye. You see this is what you see. So you're going to actually take a sanity check because you're going to see more of this from outside. A great unblinking eye forces its way through the heavens. Its vast iris pulses with colors that no human mind can comprehend, staring down with a malevolent awareness that chills the soul. The ground trembles violently, cracks forming beneath your feet as the fabric of the world begins to unravel. The eye grows larger, and there's a deafening hum vibrating through the very marrow of your bones. The eye grows larger, and its presence becomes an unbearable weight that seems to crush all hope. Just as the sky seems poised to give way entirely, you realize you have one final chance to stop this, basically.
Okay, well, it's got to be.
So is she wearing a fez?
Yeah, I forgot to mention, she's wearing a Blood Red Fez, yes.
Nothing's preventing me from shooting her, right?
Nothing's going to kill her at this point.
Oh, crap.
Yeah.
Nothing is preventing you from shooting her.
So you can do it if you want to.
So,
Okay, so I'm gonna run up to her and shoot both barrels and
And your
like
shotgun.
shove my shotgun up her rib cage and shoot both barrels, just like what I did to you know who.
okay. Roll.
Nightcap? Is that who you did it to?
You
So
can't run up to
46.
him you can't run up to her this time. You have to shoot her from where you're standing.
Oh. So 4d6. Okay.
Well, first you gotta roll to see if you hit
Oh
her.
yeah. So 62. Okay, I hit her.
So, or sorry, 1d6 plus 10 is slugs. You're doing 2d6. Do 2d6. because you're not. Well, do 46 because I guess you're pretty close. This is not a huge tower.
4d6. So I
you gotta
do
roll that.
So I do d6
roll it
four
4
times.
times.
Yeah.
4, 1, so then 5, 3, so then 8, and then 1,
9.
That's 9.
what, 9?
So
So,
No, that was just 9. That was it.
oh wait,
You did it all.
so 9.
the thing is, it's not your turn. No. So yeah. You shoot Nisra, and she flies back in the cage, and black smoke starts pouring out from the wounds, but she does not die. And these black shadowy tendrils kind of start to elongate out from these bullet holes and surround her. Is anyone going to do anything? Are you just reading? What are we doing? I'm waiting for you to finish your thought, Grandma, because it looks like you're thinking.
Well, I'm thinking I'm outside, and the only thing I can do is what I see outside. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, you can't really comprehend. I need you to make me a sanity check, by the way, right
Okay.
now.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
As you're the first to see this thing. This eye.
33. Ooh, I'm good.
Okay, you pass. So
I'm tough.
I can't remember how much you're supposed to lose.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to figure out is what spell to cast. But I don't remember what I read about the big eye.
So you remember that the final unmaking was a very important spell that was in the untranslated sections of the book, which is why you spent all that time getting Demir to translate the untranslated sections.
Right.
Which is all of that information is in that folder right there.
Unweave thy threads, crimson unravel. Let them burn till thy power is but gravel.
Yeah, you remember that. So you'd have to put the fez on.
And we have the one Fez that we just recovered. Okay. Fez. I said I'd never do this. On my head.
Alright. Now you have to make a power roll against Nisra.
$14.
Oh my god, I can't believe you pulled that off!
What?
Wow!
Well, that's what I get for putting the dang Fez on, because I did not want to ever put that on my head.
The fez. So yeah, you put on this fez yourself, and you chant the words as written in the untranslated sections. Now translated. And the fez atop Nisra's head, the rest of you see this up top, it begins to smolder, and black tendrils of smoke curl from its edges. Nisra, she clutches at it, and her shrieks of triumph start turning into cries of anguish. The great eye above focuses entirely on her, its otherworldly gaze burning through her mortal form. Suddenly, the fez ignites in a burst of inky black smoke, disintegrating before your eyes. Nisra collapses to the ground, her lifeless body crumpling like a discarded doll. The ritual energy falters, and the crimson sky quivers. A sudden, unbearable heat pulses from the fez worn by you, Luis. The ritual's violent energies lash out, cackling like a thunderstorm trapped in your skull. A searing pain erupts from the fez, radiating through your body as if your very soul were being scorched. The fez shudders and collapses inward, the crimson threads unraveling. Not outward, but into your flesh. The threads burrow impossibly fast, vanishing into your scalp, leaving the skin raw and burning. A vivid crimson stain begins to seep across your forehead, oozing down your face in irregular streaks, as if the fez itself had melted into your being. The stain is not just a mark. It almost seems alive, pulsing faintly. The great eye Yog-Sothoth himself begins to recede, dragged back into its own plane, as if by an unseen hand. The tears in the sky mend themselves, the crimson bleeding away into the familiar darkness of the night. The hum diminishes, the trembling ceases, and a deep, suffocating silence falls over the island. The air is still once more, the moon shining down on a scene of devastation. The tower stands, barely. You are surrounded by the aftermath of the battle. Defeated cultists and shattered stone. And upstairs, the eerie stillness of Nisra's corpse. The golden cage, now dark and inert, holding nothing but the ruined shell of the prince and Nisra. For a moment, it feels as though time itself has stopped. Then slowly, the world begins to breathe again. And you realize you have succeeded. At great cost, you have stopped the summoning and returned Yog-Sothoth to the void. And the other Fezes as well also all go up in smoke in the same fashion. When you cast the spell, all the Fezes in the vicinity get instantly destroyed.
Okay.
But of course, you won't notice that until you go back to the ship because you left him. Mm-hmm. But the one that Marco had turns to smoke in his hands, and he's kind of surprised by it. So, Nisra's dead. Prince Ramazan is dead. And unfortunately, Vincent Romano is also dead. And now that you have some time to look around, you notice that in one of the corners of the room is a formidable occult library, shelves lined with ancient tomes and scrolls bound in leather. A large ornate wooden table in the center is littered with open texts, some adorned with diagrams and illustrations that hint at the darker aspects of the cult's practices. Luis, you don't know what happened. You're not really sure what the hell just happened.
Can I tell you? I'm sitting here thinking that same thing.
Because you didn't know that Nisra did all that stuff up there. So
right. You
just saw the eye appear, and you did what you could, and it paid off.
Yeah.
Your instincts were right.
Yeah, that was exactly a stroke of luck.
So,
is the fez gone off my head too? Is it burn up?
Am I talking to myself?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Grandmother, it melted into your head.
Yeah.
Staining your skin forever.
That's sucks.
So is now every single red fez in the world gone?
No. Just the blood red fezes that
the
were...
blood red fezes have been destroyed.
That.
As far as you know, yes. All the blood red fezes are destroyed.
Okay.
So, Abdullah... The Kismet is, rocking gently at the dock, or at where it's moored.
Mm-hmm.
Deck littered with bent shell casings and smell of gunpowder hanging. And Abdullah, after you return, strides up to you, and I guess he probably gets off the ship and just comes up to you and
says, "What the hell's wrong with you?"
By the grace of Allah, we are alive! We fought through hell itself, and we stand here victorious. Do you feel that, my friends? That is the air of freedom. Freedom from this cursed place. Freedom from these devils.
throws his arms out wide, laughing heartily.
Ha 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 ha! I never doubted for a moment that we would prevail. Well, perhaps just one moment, when the cursed sky opened up above us. But look, we are still here, and there are no more.
Hassan steps forward, his booming voice filled with pride. You did it! We all did it! That's what happens when brave souls come together. Those cultists didn't stand a chance against us. Let them rot in the void they tried to summon.
You fought like warriors, every one of you. I'd sail into battle with you again any day.
I thought for sure we were done for when that thing started tearing through the sky, but
Somehow we made it. I don't know what you did, but whatever it was, it worked.
Oh yeah, because they didn't
You
know
stopped
what I
it.
was doing on the outside. This like I didn't know what was going on up there. Okay.
No, that mark on your face. That's something I don't ever want to see again. Are you alright? Are you alright?
Well, I'm here breathing and able to talk, and I guess I will be.
A mark like that is no ordinary thing. It may be a reminder of what you faced, or a warning of what still lingers.
Yeah, that's
But for
what
now, my friend, you wear it as a badge of victory. You stood against the darkness and won. This cursed place tried to consume us, but we refused to let it. We struck down the children of the Blood Red Fez, and their madness dies with them. That is something worth celebrating, don't you think?
To victory! To survival! To never seeing a cursed Fez again!
Yeah!
And to leaving this wretched island as fast as possible.
Let's get out of here. I'm ready.
Come, my friends. Let us return to the sea, where the winds are clean and the stars are as they should be.
There you go.
Tonight, we celebrate. You saved us, not just from death, but from something far worse.
As you make your way to the ship, the crew's elation is palpable. The weight of the battle and the horrors faced begin to lift, replaced by a shared sense of triumph. And the Kismet creaks and sways as it prepares to depart, carrying you away from the cursed island and towards a hard-earned peace. So, you eventually make your way back to Professor Demir's home and fill him in on what happened. He's still seated in his study. And,
Bob's doing good.
he looks at you, Louise, and he says, "You brought him back to me, my Barlas, my boy. You returned him when I had nearly lost all hope. Words fail me, but I must thank you from the depths of my soul, all of you." And as you recount the events on the island, the destruction of the cult, the ritual, the appearance of Yog-Sothoth, Demir listens intently. His expression grows somber. He shakes his head in disbelief at the horrors you faced.
The Fez, Nisra, Yog-Sothoth, these are not just shadows of the past, they are forces that would see our world undone. But you have stopped them. You not only face the darkness, but destroyed it at its root. It takes more than courage. It takes something rare, something extraordinary.
His eyes linger on you, Luis, with your crimson stain, and his voice grows more serious.
This mark you bear, it is a reminder of the cost of standing against such evil. I do not know if the Fez's curse is truly gone, but I know you are stronger than it. You have proven that strength time and again. The children of the Blood Red Fez are no more.
For now.
Please, take time to rest and heal. You have done so much already. More than anyone could have asked you. You have brought peace to this family. To this city. You have done more than I could ever have hoped. You are not just allies to me. You are heroes.
And so, you rest, I guess, at Demir's for the night. Recover from your wounds, lick your wounds, and eventually prepare to leave. And as you do, he moves to each of you in turn, placing a hand on your shoulder.
Farewell, my friends. May your travels be safe. May your strength never waver. You will always have a home here, with this family. And remember, you have proven that even in the face of darkness, there is light, and that light is you.
And he watches from the doorway as you disappear into the streets of Constantinople. His gaze lingers for a moment, the weight of what is past, and the hope for what is to come etched into his face. So, you return. You make your way back to London and get back on the Orient Express. The return journey carries a strange tranquility, stark contrast to the harrowing trip that brought you to the edge of madness. As the Orient Express winds its way through Europe, the horrors of the past days seem to ebb, replaced by a quiet, contemplative calm. The landscapes roll by, their beauty unmarred by the sinister events that once seemed to stain every horizon. In the golden light of the morning, the fields of Serbia stretch wide and green, dotted with grazing cattle. The villages you pass are serene, church steeples rising above tiled rooftops, smoke curling peacefully into the sky. Each stop feels less urgent, more routine, a chance to stretch legs and breathe in the crisp air without the weight of impending danger. Passengers exchange polite greetings, and the hum of conversation fills the train cars, a soothing background to the rhythmic clatter of the tracks. Eventually the train reaches Vienna, and in Vienna you have a moment to wander its grand boulevards and reflect on the journey. The city is as stately and vibrant as you remember. And while you're there, you have a chance to visit the Baron. Would you like to visit the Baron? See what's become of him?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You are ushered into a stately building nestled in the heart of Vienna. Its elegant facade adorned with intricate wrought iron balconies and climbing ivy. The scent of freshly polished wood and faintly perfumed air greets you as you step inside. Baron von Hoffler awaits in a bright sitting room, his usual commanding presence tempered by a new gentleness. He sits in a high-backed chair by the window, sunlight streaming over his face. Though his features are still pale and lined with strain, there is a light in his eyes that wasn't there the last time you saw him. Dr. Sigmund Freud stands nearby, observing quietly, his sharp, thoughtful gaze taking in everything without intrusion. Ilse von Hoffler rises as you enter, her long blonde hair unbound, an expression warm and open, a stark contrast to the mysterious figure you encountered aboard the Orient Express. She greets you with a slight bow of her head. Welcome. It is good to see you all again, and under far better circumstances. She gestures towards her father, who smiles faintly and raises a hand in greeting.
You came to see me.
The Baron von Hoffler, he is German, yes, yeah. You came to see me, even after everything. I owe you more than words can express. Your actions upon the train and beyond, they saved not only my life, but my soul. Elsa steps forward. My father has been under Dr. Freud's care, and the results have been remarkable. He has regained much of himself. The shadows that clouded his mind are lifting, thanks to Freud's skill and your intervention. For that, I owe you an apology. I deceived you on the train, hiding my true identity. At the time, I thought it was the only way to protect my father, and ensure he didn't harm anyone else, or himself. I can see how much you risked, how much you sacrificed, to stop what could have been a terrible disaster. For that, I am deeply sorry, and deeply grateful. The Baron chuckles softly. Ilsa has inherited her mother's stubbornness. It is why I'm still here, I suppose. But she speaks truly. Without your courage, I shudder to think where I would be now. You have our thanks and our respect. You may be leaving Vienna, but know that the von Hoffler family is forever in your debt. If you ever need help, you need only ask. As you prepare to take your leave, the Baron rises slowly, supported by a cane, but with a dignity that has returned to him. He clasps each of your hands in turn, his grip firm despite his weakened state. May our paths forward be safer than the one you walk to reach this point. I'm giving up at this point. But if it is not, I have no doubt you will face it. I know in French. With the same strength and resolve. Farewell, my friends. Vienna will always welcome you. I'm too fatigued to keep up these accents. May the rest of your journey bring you peace and triumph. And may we meet again, not as strangers in the shadows, but as allies in the light. Because for some reason I'm French. Alright, moving on. I cannot keep German going. But yeah, so the train crosses into France. The warmth of familiarity washes over you. The vineyards and small towns of the countryside seem welcoming. Promise of normalcy after so much chaos. The shadowy memories of Nisra and the Blood Red Fez are already beginning to fade, though the faint crimson stain on Luis's face remains. A silent reminder of what you have survived. When the train pulls into Calais, you board the ferry back across the channel. Crossing uneventful, the water's calm. Under a sky streaked with soft pinks and golds, London's skyline finally emerges from the haze. Its chimneys and spires a welcome sight. And you eventually make your way back to Dr. Smith's home. Arriving at his home in St. John's Wood, you are struck by its quiet dignity. The house stands just as you left it, the warm glow of the lamps inside spilling out onto the path leading to the door. It's a beacon of stability after the chaos you have endured. Dr. Smith himself greets you at the door, his familiar mustache twitching as he smiles warmly. The scent of tobacco clings to his study. The sound of crackling fireplace fills the space. He ushers you in, his usual hearty laugh tempered by an air of reverence for your journey. The study is just as you remember, orderly, filled with books and maps that now seem far less daunting than the mysteries you unraveled on your travels. Smith pours glasses of brandy for everyone, including the young Glenn, because you've earned it after a journey like this, offering them each with a nod of appreciation. You've returned, my friends, and the world is safer for it. The journey you've endured is one that will echo in history, even if its tale is never told. Please, rest here tonight. You've earned far more than I could ever repay. You find a rare sense of peace in the familiar surroundings. For the first time in what feels like an eternity, you can set down your burdens, if only for a moment. The warmth of Smith's home, the safety of its walls, and the camaraderie shared in the soft glow of the fire offer a small but deeply meaningful reprieve. So, 6 months go by, and I want you to tell me, Glenn, what are you doing 6 months later? What's next for Glenn? Is he still hanging out with Louise?
Yes.
Yeah? Still in London? Getting some education, maybe? What about Florence? What is Florence going to do?
I guess Florence is working as a nurse somewhere, because that's what she is. But...
Yeah? Well, you all receive letters in the mail. Well, not you all, just you two. You both receive a letter in the mail, wherever you're at. Well, I guess for you, you won't receive a letter because you'll be there. But you, Florence, do receive a letter in the mail. From Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Soon to be Mr. and Mrs. Smith. And as an invitation to the wedding of Professor Smith and Professor Schoonover. And that'll happen soon. So you've been invited to that.
So I must have been busy the last 6 months.
Us too.
Yeah.
So, you attend, I assume?
Of course.
Yeah? Alright, yeah, so
Good.
there's a wedding. They are married. And then 12 months after that, we pick up with Luis again.
at her estate in Bavaria, Germany. This winter, 1895. And the air inside the Schoonover estate is crisp, thick, with the scent of aged parchment, polished wood, and the faintest whisper of old pipe smoke clinging to the past. The study, once the domain of your grandfather Jonas Schoonover, bears all the hallmarks of a life dedicated to knowledge and to secrets. The warm glow of the fireplace flickers against the dark walnut paneling, casting long shadows. As you, Louis Schoonover Smith, thumb through a pile of your late grandfather's Masonic records, carefully arranging what you wish to keep and what should be consigned to history. Through the tall window, winter's first dusting lays across the rolling Bavarian countryside, a peaceful scene in stark contrast to the memories that still haunt you. You have returned from Constantinople changed. You all had. Though London and the comforts of academia had done much to heal you, there are nights when you still wake with the phantom sensation of the blood red fez seeping into your skull, the weight of knowledge pressing against your mind. A voice breaks through your thoughts. Your husband Julius, standing in the doorway, his usual sharp eyes softened in the dim light.
My dear wife, you seem rather intent on unraveling the universe, one old record at a time. Should I be jealous of whatever Masonic mystery has so thoroughly captured your attention?
Oh.
Am I talking to myself?
No. I'm just lost.
Wow, you really are captured by that.
I am. I'm very. As I go through these, I'm just reminded of so many things and still so many questions that I have about my grandfather. And those things that I still question, you know.
Well, I have an errand in the village, he continues, donning his coat. Something about a last-minute necessity for our grand adventure. I plan to surprise you with it later.
And you know that you're both getting ready to go on a long honeymoon, basically. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like a research trip / honeymoon combined.
Okay.
Enjoy your reading, my dear, he says with a wink, and then he steps out into the cold. The records are old, some dating back decades, inscribed in careful, looping handwriting. Many are mundane meeting minutes, financial accounts, philosophical musings on Masonic ideals. But something nags at you, a lingering curiosity about the true legacy of your grandfather. You trace your finger across the wood grain of the massive Masonic desk, taking in the engraved symbols, compasses, squares, the all-seeing eye, each corner decorated with the insignia of the lodge. Then, a glint of metal catches your eye. It is small, almost imperceptible, recessed into the intricate carving on the left-hand corner of the desk. You narrow your gaze and see a pinhole no larger than the tip of a fountain pen. It sits hidden at the heart of the engraving.
You know, we don't confer on any of this stuff between.
Yeah.
I mean,
Reaching for a pen nearby, I assume. That's what you want to do. You carefully align it with a tiny indentation. With a firm but cautious press, click. The desk groans softly. A panel lifts, shifting papers and records as it slides open, revealing a hidden compartment beneath the smooth surface. One more thing I gotta do before we finish this. What did you do with the book? The book was not destroyed. The book exists still.
it was on the boat
Yeah.
when we were leaving, and I have the book.
Okay.
Why do we not throw it overboard?
Well, because I can't. Because I'm, a professor, and books and papers and all this stuff is just stuff. I mean, it's just stuff I collect.
Okay. So, anyways. The scent of old leather and something more metallic, coppery, rises into the air. Inside the compartment, a single book lies waiting, and your blood runs cold. Its cover is bound in something dark, something grotesque, the texture uneven and cracked. It looks like dried blood stretched over its surface, the very essence of something forbidden. And in fact, it looks just like the Whispering Fez, with one key difference. Just like the Fezes themselves, it has these kind of symbols and glyphs that kind of shift underneath the surface, similar to the way the Fez looked. And a letter rests atop it, neatly folded, tied with a simple cord. On the front, in handwriting you have not seen in years, is your name, Luis. Your heart pounds. The room around you seems to shrink, the firelight dimming in the periphery of your vision, and slowly you reach for the letter with trembling fingers, knowing deep down that whatever lays inside, it will change everything. And outside, the wind howls against the estate, whispering secrets too long buried. And you, Luis Schoonover Smith, open the letter.
My dearest Louise, if you are reading this, then my time has come to an end, and I no longer carry the burden of the truth I've hidden all these years. It is a burden I now pass to you, not out of cruelty, but because I've always known your strength, your inquisitive mind, and your unyielding will to uncover the truth, no matter how dark it may be. You deserve to know the truth about that night so long ago. I knew even then that your sharp mind would not let that memory fade. You were so much like me, curious, determined, and unwilling to look away from the shadows. I hope this letter provides you with the answers you have sought. The man I was arguing with that night was my closest friend, Adam Minecalf.
Mincalf. Crying out loud.
Mincalf, I'm sorry. I always wanted to, yeah, okay. Adam and I were brothers in spirit, inseparable in our youth, and later united in the bonds of Freemasonry. As 33-degree Masons, we delved into the arcane, uncovering the mysteries both wondrous and terrible. It was during these studies that we stumbled upon the legend of the sanguinary Petasis, a crimson headdress said to grant its wearer unearthly power at the cost of their very soul. My research traced the Petasis back to ancient Greece, where it was revered and feared as a tool of divine insight and mortal ruin. Yet it was in Rome during the rule of Julius Caesar that the cult of the children of the sanguinary sorcerer emerged, devoted to the artifact and the eldritch being it served. The fall of the Roman Empire fractured the cult, scattering its remnants across Europe and the Middle East. These fragments carried with them whispers of the dark rituals, secretive gatherings, and the pursuit of forbidden power. The Templars, those noble warriors of faith and secrecy, recognized hard to read with this colored paper, recognized the danger of the cult posed and took up arms against them. In their crusades, they claimed many of the cult's artifacts, including a terrible book known as the Bloody Tome. The tome detailed the rituals of the sanguinary Petasis, but the Templars discovered that key pages were missing, featuring the knowledge it contained.
Fearing the knowledge.
Oh, fearing the knowledge it contained, they concealed it in a hidden crypt. In a crisper. Warded and lost to time. Yet the knowledge of the missing pages resurfaced. Around 1800, a nameless sorcerer from Fez, Morocco, transcribed what he claimed were the rituals from the tome, creating a cursed text known as the Whispering Fez. It was a vile attempt
To resurrect
the forbidden knowledge, and copies of that
have since slipped into the hands of those who should not have held such power.
Okay, thank you. Oh, now this lighter, I'll be able to read it better. It was Adam's discovery of this text that began his descent. He became consumed by the idea of unlocking the secrets of the sanguinary Petasis and its cults. He was no longer my friend, but a man possessed, a shadow of the brilliant scholar I once knew. I tried to reason with him, but his obsession only grew. Desperate to save him, I painstakingly forged a copy of the tome. I hoped it would satiate his hunger for answers and draw him away from the brink, but I failed. That night you saw us arguing, I had brought the forgery to him, praying it would end his madness. I pleaded with him to abandon his quest, to see reason, but Adam was too far gone. He would not listen. That night I resolved to keep the real book hidden. Whoa, for I could not destroy it. The knowledge it holds is too dangerous to let fall into the hands of those who would mistake it. I have kept it safe all these years, guarding it for the sake of those I love most, especially you. Now, Louise, it falls to you. The truth I sought to bury cannot remain hidden forever. You are my heir, and not just to my possessions, but to this knowledge, this responsibility. You must protect it from those who would wield it for evil, just as I have. It is a heavy burden, one I would not place upon you if I did not believe you were capable of bearing it. Adam believed the sanguinary Petasis would grant him power beyond comprehension. What he failed to see was the cost, that such power serves no master but itself. You must never forget this. If the time comes when you are faced with its lure, remember that the price of such knowledge is far greater than the world I can bear. I am proud of you, Louise. You have always been my brightest light, my reason to keep the darkness at bay. Forgive me for leaving you with this burden, but know that I believe in you with all my heart. Protect those you love and never let the shadow consume you. With all my love, your grandfather, Jonas Schoonover. So the book that we have is a fraud.
It's a copy.
Yeah.
Let me clarify. The book that Minkaf's grandfather had was a fake.
Okay. Yes. Yeah, because...
And so then his grandfather, failing to learn anything from the book, joined the Brothers of the Skin. And his family became part of that cult.
Okay.
And then at some point, his son, or his grandson, caught on and tried to finish his grandfather's work and find the book again. And he succeeded. But I'll give you one clue, or one piece of information that doesn't really go over. The book that Menkaf had was a copy of the one that the sorcerer wrote in Fez, Morocco.
Okay.
The original book that the sorcerer in Fez, Morocco wrote, which is not the Bloody Tome. The Bloody Tome is in a Templar crypt somewhere. That book is the one that you just found.
Okay.
It's the original.
Okay.
The one that you've been having this whole time was actually just a copy of a copy.
Okay.
Yeah. So there is another book out there called the Bloody Tome in a Templar crypt, hidden and warded away. Plus the two that you now have, which is the original version made from those pages that were missing.
Yeah.
And then the copy of that was made later.
Wow.
I know it's kind of confusing with all the stuff that I wrote in here, but there's a lot going on.
Yeah, well, it's what I've been wondering from the get-go, because I just knew something wasn't right after.
And then, So, 30 years pass. And you all receive, well, not you all, but you, I guess, Florence, being the only person who doesn't live with Smith, because I guess Glenn's kind of technically their adopted son now. You receive a letter 30 years later from Professor Smith. And, yeah, you can read that.
Right. Dear friends, it has been far too long since last we spoke, and for that I owe you an apology. Life has a way of pulling us along, doesn't it? Yet I often find myself thinking back to those extraordinary days, our triumph over the children of the Blood Red Fez, our shared courage in the face of the unimaginable. What we accomplished together remains one of the most profound chapters of my life. Though I regret not writing more often, I hope you'll forgive me when I tell you that my life since then has been consumed by research. I have traveled extensively across the continent, immersing myself in mysteries both ancient and modern. From dusty archives in Prague to the shadowy libraries of Vienna, my studies have taken me to fascinating and often unsettling places. Now, my attention has turned to matters parapsychological, an arena as elusive as it is exhilarating. My work has yielded results that I dare say would challenge even the most skeptical minds. But more on that later. I write to you now with an invitation. The Challenger Trust Banquet Lecture, a most prestigious and formal affair, will be held in London this year, and I have been granted the honor of delivering the keynote address. You may recall that these events are typically held only once a year, drawing the finest minds of our time. It would mean a great deal to me if you could attend. As for the topic of my lecture, I must admit I refuse to spoil the surprise. Suffice it to say, it promises to be both provocative and enlightening. If I may leave you with a thought to ponder, what if the veil between worlds is thinner than we ever imagined? I look forward to seeing you again, to reliving old memories and perhaps creating new ones. Formal attire is, of course, required. After all, you must honor tradition. But I trust you will rise to the occasion as you always do. Until then, I remain, as ever, your friend, Dr. Julius Arthur Smith.
So this is an invitation for 30 years in the future. You would no longer be... You'd be almost 40. Around
I would be
40.
32. Since it was 30 years. Since it would be 30
You'd be 42.
Yeah.
42.
You'd be 42 then. So we're fast forwarding.
Yeah, and this is going to lead into the actual campaign now. Because everything that we've done up to this point was the prequel.
Prequel.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I only know that because of YouTube videos.
What are you watching? Spoilers? Victor, what are you watching YouTube videos for?
No, like I've seen like a Call of Cthulhu recap of all the campaigms.
Oh, yeah, you shouldn't be watching stuff like that, Victor.
You know
Just
more
gonna
than...
spoil it for yourself.
Well, it was more of just like what all the campaigns are.
Just the subject matter.
Like what?
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then
I
it
see.
also says that if it's like a prequel or like the all
okay.
that stuff and diddly diddly doodly.
Okay. All right.
Ooh.
All right.
Oh, wow. This was fun.
So at this point, for the next session, you have the choice of playing the same character, or you can create an entirely new investigator
Same
if
one.
you want to.
I'm doing the same
I'll
one.
let you decide. She's already decided she's going to be playing Luis again.
Yeah.
Same one. Same.
And yeah, I figured you would want to play
Because I want to
Glenn.
build more.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm not gonna go so easy on you anymore. So you will die at some point.
Yeah, I know.
So get ready for that.
Yeah.
Just like Vincent tonight.
I mean, we need to have a healer, so let's continue to...
Yeah.
But you also probably want to start thinking about a backup character.
Okay.
Because the
Yeah.
lethality is only going to get worse.
Okay.
So,